flipping back and forth like all night long. It was fun.
You were hitting that last button on your remote?
Yep, last one.
I got to tell you what, the Suns game was like, wow, really? But it just goes to show you, when you have a guy named Porter Jr.,
Michael Porter Jr.
and a few other shooters, they can keep you in a game. They can take a lead. The Suns did all they could to win that basketball game, and fortunately they won that game. But, yes, you do miss Jalen Green a lot. You do miss Devin Booker quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But you hung on and you survived. So now you got Cleveland and Detroit coming in back-to-back games. The GCU game, oh, my goodness. You had it. It just shows to show you that the competition was some of these times, I'll call it middle-of-the-road college basketball teams, the parity is that close. But the thing that is ultimately wins these games are the shooters. And I just watching this game, watching the ASU game, and you just watch when three-point shooting teams get hot.
Yep.
They can get back in the game in a heartbeat, or if you go cold, you can lose a game in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, you shoot yourself in or you shoot yourself out.
And it's interesting because you watch this Suns game, and it was solid. It's a good, solid game. Unfortunately, they won the game. Aside from the scrum, we'll get into that a little bit.
Right.
By the way,
Okay.
they assessed Dylan Brooks a technical.
They did, yeah.
For diving, for hustling, to get the ball, and they give him a tee.
They don't call him Dylan the villain for nothing. His reputation precedes everything.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It was rescinded.
It was.
Hallelujah. There is a God in the NBA office.
The NBA God.
I've never seen 5 technicals on one play. Now, I thought what was funny, it was they gave Brooks and Grayson on the technicals on the Sun side.
They did.
For that little scrum, little skirmish, little pushing contest.
That's all it was.
Little marshmallow contest, whatever. And then they gave 3 to the Nets. So since the Nets outweighed the technicals, the Suns got the free throw. The free throw plus the side out. I've never seen 5 tees on one play. Now, let alone I've never seen 5 tees in a game.
Well, if you go back many years,
one game,
just read the Miami-New York Knicks game where everybody came off the bench and it was a full-scale brawl. The Malice in the Palace with Detroit and the Indiana Pacers. You can go back to when the Celtics and Larry Bird and Bill Laimbeer are like throwing bombs at each other. Oh yeah, trust me. I loved it. I loved it on the telecast where Eddie Johnson, when the pushing and shoving took place, and they were talking about it, and Eddie said, this is nothing. This is just NBA push. That's all they do. He said, if this was in the 80s when I was playing, there'd be guys throwing haymakers at each other.
It would be a brawl.
You bet.
Legitimate brawl. You'd see haymakers being thrown. But you're right. That Knicks, who was the brawl against in that Knicks game? Was it Detroit?
In the Malice in the Palace?
No, that was.
That was in Miami.
Yeah.
Miami and the Knicks got into a unbelievable fight. And, I mean, players came off the bench. It started at one end of the court, drifted to the center part of the court, and I think they only had like 4 players that were able to play on each side.
The Malice in the Palace was
awful.
Was that? I thought it was in Indiana.
Malice in the Palace. They used to play out in Auburn Hills.
Okay.
The Palace of Auburn Hills is where the Pistons used to play, and so that is where that took place.
That was in Detroit.
That was in Detroit.
Okay, you said Miami.
No. Miami and New York Knicks had a big duke out as well in a different game. The Malice in the Palace was Detroit and Indiana.
I look back in those days. Those are actual brawls.
Oh, yeah.
This was a skirmish. But it was interesting. When the official gave him the tee, I'm like, he just dived for the ball and he laid there. He stayed there.
Yeah, he did.
Matter of fact, he put his arm up going like, I'm no part of this.
Yeah.
If you watch the tape, you see his arm up like, I'm no part of this. Yeah. I'm good. I'm staying right here. He got up, and then they separate everybody. But, I mean, I'm glad to see the NBA rescinded that. There was no technical there.
No.
I mean, if he just dives or attempts to block something, it's as if the officials are not going to call a foul. You're going to call a tee. So if he looks at one of these officials sideways, I think he might have even hinted at, it's becoming personal now.
Yeah. That
these guys have got a vendetta. They want to go ahead and hammer him enough that he changes his tune, so to speak. It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But he was totally like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm staying right here.
Yep.
I'm backing away. And they still call it technical.
I'll give you one other that was just awful. It was the Houston Rockets in Los Angeles to play against the Lakers. Kermit Washington there's a fight that breaks out in the game. Kermit Washington is in the middle of it. Rudy Tomjanovich of Houston comes running in to try to break it up. Kermit Washington spins around and just delivers a right hand as good as Mike Tyson.
Well, this is how that went down. They showed this the other day. What happened, there's a skirmish. So Kermit Washington's running down the court.
Yep.
Rudy T is behind him. He might be saying something.
Yeah.
So this is after the skirmish.
Oh, okay.
So he's running behind Kermit Washington. Kermit stops, turns, and just lowers a complete boom
man. It's a right
to
hand.
the jaw, breaks his jaw. He goes down. Down goes Frazier.
Yeah, pretty
down
much.
goes Frazier.
Great call.
So he goes down,
Yeah.
but it was just so egregious.
Oh,
And Kermit Washington, that's what he's known for. He was a hell of a
he was a
player.
good, really good player.
But if you say Kermit Washington,
Yeah, that's it.
you talk about the absolute sucker punch, cheap shot that he had on Rudy T many, many years ago. But that for him to stop, and Rudy's coming at him.
Right.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So he runs into the punch. He runs right
full
into it
speed
and
into the
just
punch.
shattered his face,
Yep.
shattered his jaw. So, yeah, that little skirmish, and to finally see that Dylan Brooks is going to get that T pretty much rescinded.
Also, you had ASU on the road. Look, they could have won that game. I'm not one of those people like Laz who tries to give you would have, could have. O'Connor does that too. And if my aunt had a sack, she'd be my uncle.
Wait a second. That depends what their bet was.
Yeah, I know.
That they had last night.
You're right. So at any rate, ASU has a chance to win on the road at Central Florida. Manuch again. The other team, meeting the Knights, they get hot at the right time. ASU makes fatal mistake after fatal mistake, and they lose the game.
Out by 12 with what, 6 minutes?
5.5 left.
5.5 left, and I'm listening to Tim Healy and our good buddy, on the radio, putting it all together. And
Kyle Dodd.
Yeah, they're talking about the game up by 12, but you got to be careful. Kyle Dodd said, "Look, this 3-point shooting team of UCF, they haven't gotten it going yet."
Yeah.
And the key was they only made 7 out of 22 threes, but it was the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes.
The last 3 or 4 threes that they finally hit, and they started to go down low to their big men. So they started to get the rebounds, and then you have a turnover at the very end of the game that ASU allowed to get the ball back. They make the free throw. UCF comes down, makes their 2 free throws. But again, it was, this team had a chance to win. They did not win on the road in Orlando, which shows this team is absolutely fighting. And Mo Odom, again, he's one of those guys leading scorer, 18 points. He's on a heater. He's playing very, very well, shooting it well. But even after all that's said and done, Bryce Ford had a 3-point shot, point-blank shot, missed it at the very end of the game. Otherwise, if he makes that 3-pointer, they tie that bad boy up.
Speaking of 3-pointers, Grand Canyon on the road, Mountain West matchup in Nevada, in Reno. They have a chance to win a road game in the Mountain West against a solid team in the Wolfpack, and they have a 3-point lead. What happens? Well, you have Nevada inbound the ball, race down the court. You have a player who goes to shoot a 3, and he gets fouled.
Unbelievable.
And he goes to the line, makes all 3. The game goes into overtime. You get outscored 13-6 in the overtime, and you end up with a loss, Manuch.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I mean, you get that threat. I know guys are being aggressive, but you just can't foul at that point in time. And, the percentage of shots, when you look at Nevada as far as them shooting, I mean, they have 3-point shooting. They're hot.
Yeah.
They got hot. They were shooting over, 40%.
They were.
And, again, they got back into it in the second half. And it was a good game. This thing was going back and forth.
Yep.
But to your point, Nevada, they just got their groove on in the overtime. They outscore GCU 13-7. The key was that GCU got careless with the basketball in that overtime. Very uncharacteristic of a Bryce Drew-led basketball team. And then again, the 3-point shooting. and the rebounding by Nevada really came to fruition in that overtime. But that's one that GCU let slip away.
They did let that one slip away. Hey, it's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We are always presented by our great partnership with Lerner and Rowe. Just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Before we get to our timeout here, I want to remind everybody, Manuch, what's going to take place next week on the golf course?
Oh, we'll be at the Waste Management Phoenix Open at DraftKings.
Yeah, baby.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a very special guest on Tuesday.
Can't wait for that.
Kind of a story you might put him on the Mount Rushmore of athletes in Phoenix. Hint, hint.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. At any rate, yep, that's where we're going to be. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at DraftKings from 1 to 4. Come on out, say hi to us, then go and enjoy all of the golf action. It's going to be a great time. We love going to DraftKings. Fortunately, they like having us there as well, which is always a plus. But we will see you this coming week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, TPC Scottsdale for the WM Phoenix Open, and we will be at DraftKings. Coming up, everybody, it is our Replay Rewind. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620. 98.7 HD-2, also on the Arizona Sports app.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
Sun Devil men's basketball is heating up. Now you can build a ticket plan on your terms. With the Sun Devils mini plan, you choose any 6 home games you want, including the biggest Big 12 matchups of the year, Kansas and Arizona. Lock in the rivalries, circle the heavy hitters, or stack your schedule with weekends that work for you. 6 games, your choice, your vibes, your Sun Devils. Grab your mini plan today at sundeviltickets.com. That's sundeviltickets.com.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at wrighttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out wrighttoyota.com.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
The biggest game of the year is coming, and at Backyard Desert Ridge, it always sells out. Lock in the best seat in the house now. Reserve your table today and pick the perfect spot, right in front of the massive LED wall or surrounded by more than 50 high-def TVs. Great food, ice-cold drinks, and wall-to-wall action so you don't miss a single play. Every year fills up fast, and once it's gone, it's gone. Don't wait. Swing by Backyard Desert Ridge and secure your big game seat today.
When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina. Because dancing makes me happy. I get to entertain people, and nothing makes me feel more like me.
PI, a defect of the immune system, affects millions of children. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment give children like Olivia a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a great team to put on a show. It also takes a great team of caring people to keep a dream alive. And now my dreams are coming true.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info.pi.org.
Now, it's time for our Replay Rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way until 4 o'clock this afternoon. The replay rewind, we're going to begin with the Suns game. And interestingly enough, one of the things we discussed a little bit yesterday as they were preparing to play the Nets was the play of Mark Williams. And we talked about the dude is gifted skill-wise in the NBA. The only real questions was about his health.
Yeah, and he has been playing on a regular basis.
Yeah, he has.
Knock on wood.
Yep.
And but we were waiting for kind of that breakout game, or for him to
explode,
start playing to his potential. But I think this game fit him very, very much. We talked about they really had nobody down low. We talked about Porter Jr., who's really more of a four. Yeah, he's more of a four than a true center or true five. So they took advantage of that. I thought him cutting to the basket, that's the most I've ever seen him cut to the basket, and they gave him the ball. And then some of the offensive rebounds, that he had were also vitally important. When you looked, he had 3 offensive rebounds, 3 putbacks that he got into it.
Gives to Mark Williams, 18 feet away. He puts it on the deck, spins on Claxton, turns, shoots and hits right over Nick Claxton. Mark Williams, have yourself a night. 27 to lead the Suns, and he ties the game at 100.
There you go. He was on fire, and that's exactly what they needed from their big man in the pivot. We always have a conversation about Grayson Allen. He's one of Manuch's favorite players, and rightfully so. He was also having himself a game.
Michael Porter Jr. giving him space on the right wing. Allen penetrates past Porter, stops at the dotted line, pivots, puts up a running right-hander, and gets it to go off the window. Ties it up at 102, 16 on the night for Allen.
The creativity with the basketball in Grayson Allen's hand, that one layup was from like 35 feet away, give or take. I mean, he reached out, and he's going right. He flips it up off the glass. High off the glass. And then there was another couple layups. He gets into the lane. He gets underneath the basket. And he's so creative. He's ambidextrous, and he go right, he go left. Not only is he a good shooter, but again, I think for a lot of us Suns fans, we're really starting to see the talents that Grayson Allen has had, and we're starting to see the aggressiveness, and he just knows when to take over a game, throw the ball, shoot the ball. But, I mean, some of his creativity around the rim, I was sitting there watching him going, a guy that I remember, God rest his soul, that used to be, that was Paul Westphal. When he was with the Suns, when he was with the Celtics, he was so good. Matter of fact, he used to win the horse competition for the NBA. Gillette horse competition at halftime. But you just watch him and you go, damn, this guy's talented. But not only with his shot, but he took the I call it the responsible shots at the right time in that game.
All right. All of these, of course, courtesy of Arizona Sports. This is what most people saw the highlights of last night, the pushing and shoving match.
Williams had it. It's loose in the lane. Bouye on the deck. Grayson Allen diving for it. The Nets and the Suns fighting for it. Dylan Brooks now gets thrown down, and now we're going to get a fight underneath. Zaire Williams was down on the ground with Dylan Brooks. And Terrence Mann and Mark Williams are face-to-face. O'Neal also grabbing Terrence Mann right now under the basket to our right. And again, this has been building all night long as both teams having to be separated underneath the basket to the right.
All you're doing is smirking and laughing over it.
Here's the thing. You see Brooks dive for the ball.
Yeah.
You see Bouye dive for the ball.
Yep.
Then Brooks gets up, really not doing anything. Then he gets pushed.
Right.
And he falls over, and he's like looking at the official like this. Now, here's probably what happened. What Dylan Brooks is, he caused, I forget who the player was, to push him. So they gave the tee to Dylan Brooks because it was your fault that he pushed you because you nudged him down below last time down the court. What would have happened is you caused him to push you. So we're gonna put the tee on you because it was your fault he pushed you. Unbelievable.
How do you really feel?
These officials, I mean, please. I mean, Grayson Allen, what did he do? He tried to break up this little skirmish.
Yeah.
So they had to, I guess, give 2 on the Suns.
So they did.
Give me a break.
At any rate, that's my esteemed colleague with the way that he thought that it went down.
No, my eyes are not deceiving.
No, they are not.
The eyes don't deceive the stories that come out.
By the way, the technical call on Brooks has been rescinded.
You think? The NBA probably looked at that and go, let's bring the crew in my office.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure
You
that,
need to go to HR.
Yeah. I think the commissioner says, hey, guys, let's sit down here. What the hell are you looking at here? Why would you give him, of all people, a tee? And where was the tee on Grayson Allen? Would you please explain to me?
I have no idea where that one was.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. Here's the head coach, Jordan Ott, after the game talking about the dust-up.
Yeah, we were able to just kind of hold our composure at that. Fourier's ability to come back in the game and make a couple plays. And Grayson, just his resilience after a tough turnover, play that he obviously wants back. He makes a tough finish. We were just able to scrap one out somehow.
How about your boy Bouye? I mean, look at him, 5 for 11, 10 points. He had the 3 rebounds.
He's terrific coming off the bench.
He really is. And I love how he's like, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You're dribbling down into the lane, getting rid of the ball. He's also very good around the rim.
He had a sensational scoop and score as well. He used the Euro step to get himself open to the right side of the lane, and then he flipped it high off the window, and it went in.
So speaking of traveling in the Euro step in the NBA,
okay.
So you get, 5 steps now?
The Jordan rules?
Yeah,
That's what Michael Jordan used those.
I swear Porter Jr. did a reverse pivot, took 5 steps, slammed it home. I'm like, I know he's big and long and deceiving, but I just, nowadays, what's a foul? What's travel?
I know.
What's a carry? I just, you know what? Hey, let them play. But if you're going to call for them, call for the other folks as well, too.
Let's slide all the way down, excuse me, to the last one. Dylan Brooks talking about the referees, and maybe they're making things personal, but he did get that technical foul rescinded.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like that because that doesn't take ownership of you making the right calls in the game. And, we're getting close to, time. We're getting close to times where it's February, March, and April where teams are trying to fight for a playoff spot, and you got refs making those type of calls. That's going to change the outlook of a lot of things for teams. So I just always say make the right call, be good and stance on your call, and be able to be vocal with the players, regardless of how emotional or how hard it is. I understand that people don't know the player, but I've been in this league for 9 years, so I've been seeing every ref.
I think it's
times.
Yeah, I agree with him. What are they looking at? It's almost up. I know his reputation supersedes him in these games, but these officials have got to ignore that.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're going to bark and chirp at you, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Ignore the noise, move on. And you mentioned this a few weeks ago when Ron Garrettson was a lead official years and years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of those older officials, they would work with the guys. They would warn the guys.
Yes.
They didn't have any personal vendettas with these guys. Now, they may not like the guy, but you still got to call the game.
Correct.
I think it's when they called that last night, it is fairly obvious that everybody in the world looked at and go, there's no way that should be a T. And for that official to call it, I would pull him aside and just say, look, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Why would you call that? There's no logical practical explanation why he deserved a technical. He's the one that got pushed. Oh, that's right. He caused the other guy to push him. Unbelievable.
There it is. That's our replay rewind. It's presented today by Lerner & Rowe. In a wreck, need a check. Just make one call at 602-977-190. Always at lernerandrowe.com. They can help you, and you get a free consultation. Once again, Lerner & Rowe. One call, that's all. It's 602-977-1900. Okay, our next guest. He was there. He was working on the radio side, 98.7 Arizona Sports, calling the game last night. It is the longtime analyst, Tim Kempton. He is going to be our guest. We're going to dive into what he saw last night and then also get you ready for the couple of upcoming games against some real quality teams that will be coming in to the Valley. However, first, it is time for an ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins.
The NFL coaching carousel continues to turn as the Cleveland Browns have hired Todd Monken as their new head coach, leaving now just the Las Vegas Raiders and your Arizona Cardinals as the final team still searching for a head coach. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns picked up a 106-102 win over the Brooklyn Nets last night, and the league later rescinded Dillon Brooks' technical foul that was stemmed from a scrum that he got caught in the middle of. This weekend is better when you're at Twin Peaks. Nobody does sports like Twin Peaks, and you can catch all the action from any of the games at any of the Five Valley locations. Enjoy all-day specials, ice cold draft beers, bucket, and specialty cocktails, and pair it with scratch-made bites that actually satisfy. You got the ultimate game day experience when you're at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views. Sun's voice, Tim Kempton, joins the guys next.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Phoenix, it's the biggest week in golf, and we're right in the middle of it. Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B live from DraftKings Sportsbook at TPC Scottsdale for the WM Open. Monday through Wednesday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Special guests, giveaways, wall-to-wall WM Open energy, and the best atmosphere in golf before the madness even starts. Grab a seat, grab a drink, and be part of the action. Or listen live on ESPN 620. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live at DraftKings TPC Scottsdale. WM Open Week. Don't miss it.
Swing into Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf to get custom fit for the new Cobra Optim driver. The new Cobra Optim is the first driver to optimize POI and MOI. With a reshaped head and optimized center of gravity, experience straighter drives and more robust distance. Check out the new Cobra Optim drivers today. Book your custom fitting in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Pima JTED doesn't just work for students, it works for all of Arizona. Hands-on training, real-world skills, high school students become job-ready, and Arizona businesses get the talent they need to thrive. Without a skilled workforce, Arizona can't grow. But with Pima JTED graduates, our entire economy prospers. Join the businesses already investing in Arizona's future. Learn more at PimaJTED.org. That's PimaJTED.org. This message is sponsored by Potoff Private Philanthropy.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
Gives to Mark Williams, 18 feet away. He puts it on the deck, spins on Claxton, turns, shoots and hits right over Nick Claxton. Mark Williams, have yourself a night. 27 to lead the Suns, and he ties the game at 100.
Mark Williams had a terrific game last night. He needed to because it was close against the Brooklyn Nets. That brings us to our guest. It's always a good time when we get a chance to talk with Tim Kempton, longtime radio analyst, former player. You can follow him on X at SunsTK. That's SunsTK. All right, so my esteemed colleague, Dan Manucci, wants me to ask you, my brother, what the hell is a technical foul now in the NBA? Do you have any idea?
And I guess my preference to that, Tim, is so if you're just standing there and somebody pushes you, you get the T because you forced him to push you. Is that how I'm seeing this now?
Yeah, it's really become a problem in the NBA. And what I'd really like to get rid of, I'd like to get rid of the 2-minute report, and I'd like to get rid of these reviews. They've done nothing but muck up the game. And I even said it last night. It puts a listen. I do not like talking about the officiating.
Sure.
And when they go to reviews and they take a minute, 2 minutes of their time, what are John Bloom and I supposed to talk about while that's going on? There's no action going on. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the officials officiating that night, the process that they're going through, and then the unbelievable audacity of these guys to tell us that something happened when we're looking at a monitor, a replay, and they're telling us that something else happened or something didn't happen at all. So get rid of it. It's ruining the game. The officials have a tough job. I get it. I understand that. And they are by far the best officials in the world. If you remember, I've played all over the world. These guys are the best. But the system that they have in place is making a mockery of the game. It's making a mockery of the NBA. This flopping has got to go. And there's rules in place. We've had it called 3 times this year now where officials have actually called flopping. There's a rule in place, and players will adjust immediately. If you call 4 or 5 flopping technical fouls, and again, a technical foul, in the first 5 minutes, they will stop doing it the rest of the game. I do not know what Adam Silver, what kind of product he keeps on forcing down these fans and what they're trying to gain from it.
Don't you think the head of officials, and I don't know who that is, Tim, would want to call these guys into the room and say, why would you call a T on that?
No, that's not it. That they're being told by the NBA, this is how we want the game called. That's why I think it is so unfair that they hang these officials out on this last 2-minute report in games with 5 points, decided by 5 points or less, and then they give that last 2-minute report. Listen, they make a bunch of calls wrong in the first 5 minutes of the game that led to the last 2 minutes. And again, there was a play last night. Michael Porter Jr. literally kicked Royce O'Neal as he went up for a jump shot. No replay, no call on the floor. I mean, they missed calls left and right. And if you go and you review 1 or 2 calls a game, it just adds to our conversation about what the officials are doing and not doing during the game. I think the NBA is doing a disservice to these guys. I think if you haven't heard our thing, I've asked any of these local refs, hey, anonymously, reach out to me. We'll go have a beer. I just want to watch a tape, and you explain to me what you're looking at, what you're not looking at, why this call is made, why this call isn't made. I'd love to sit down with the officials. Monty McCutcheon does a great job. He's the guy overseeing the officials now, was an official back in the day. And here's the other thing, if you listen to my broadcast. Why do they not recruit former players? These are guys that have been there, done that, understand what's going on the floor, know what guys are trying to do in certain situations, invading officials. Get rid of this stuff. Recruit guys. You know, for example, like me, a guy that played in the league 8 years, can get up and down the floor, know what's going on, understand the players. You know, they recruit them. You can make a decent living as an official, but you have to support them. You can't keep undermining them with these official reviews.
You know, Tim, one more, then we'll talk about the game. After the game, you were doing the broadcast. I don't know if you noticed, the game was over. Grayson Allen went immediately to the official on the left side across from you guys and was asking, like you could see he was asking for some explanation on several calls. And he was there a good, 2 or 3 minutes before he finally left the court. You know, you win the game. He just was stone-faced, went right to the official and was asking, you could tell 3 or 4 things. Did you notice that in reference to after the game was right over, that he went over to him and talked to him?
Yeah, and that crew had a hard time last night. I know I've said it. Everybody has bad days. That crew as a whole had a bad, tough time last night. It was a physical game. They didn't have control from the beginning. They let things go, and then it winds up the way it does. So, yeah, I can only imagine what Grayson was asking him about.
Tim Kempton's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. You know, it's funny you reference.
And then there was a game.
Yeah, there was. But you reference former players. The only guy I could think of was Leon Wood. That's the first name that popped into my mind, former player, as an official. Yeah.
There have been officials, but again, they've got to listen to those guys.
I agree.
Leon has been indoctrinated as an official now. He lost his player card a long time ago by going to the official side and not influencing people from his side. A guy that's been on the floor. This is what's going on. Leon has switched over to the official world and listens to those people instead of saying, "Hey, let's try this. Can we look at it this way?"
That's a great point. Okay, so I listen to you guys when I'm in the car, but when I get home, I flip on the TV. So I'm listening.
And there's no reason why you don't get. You can listen to the radio while you're watching the pictures.
Thank you, Tim.
I knew you were going to bust me. I knew you were. That's okay. But I'm listening when the scrum takes place, and Eddie, and I want to ask you what you said. Eddie Johnson says, "Oh, this is nothing. This is just some pushing. It's the NBA push league." He said if this was in the 80s, there'd be haymakers flying everywhere. So my question to you is, did you feel the same way when the little feistiness took place?
The skirmish.
Yeah.
Someone texted me at the time. They're doing the same thing. They were watching it at home. They said, "What's going on?" I said, "Just a little NBA dust up." Because that's the thing. Why is hockey so good? If you mess with the wrong dude, you're gonna wind up in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA, like for example, what's his name? I forget his name. The guy that pushed Dylan Brooks, the rookie from Russia, Yodan.
Denim.
Yeah. He knows nothing's coming back his way.
Yeah.
Because the NBA, again, just like you said, why were technicals called? They always get the reaction. The NBA does not officiate the action. It officiates the reaction. So an offensive player can back you down, hit you 4 or 5 times, you put your hands up once, and the reaction is the foul. So, yeah, in the 80s, you knew it. But here, there was a lot more respect in the 80s and 90s. If I put a forearm in someone's chest, okay, you know it's coming back, just to even the things, and you look at each other and go, okay, I got you. That's how we're going to play. We're one up in tonight. You know, no one's getting over on the other guy, and you knew there was a forearm coming in your chest the next time down, and there was a mutual respect about it. There was an understanding. These guys today, just like you said, it's a push or shove. The first guy in, he knows he's not going to get called. It's the reaction in this league. So make sure you're the guy initiating the contact. Make sure you're the one starting the fight, because the guy that reacts is going to be the one that's given a harsher punishment.
Tim, speaking of initiating, seemed like the Suns were initiating, getting the ball to Mark Williams. A lot of pick and rolls, a lot of concerted effort to get him the basketball, especially down low. Was that one of the better games you've seen him play in the 2 years he's been here?
Let's put it this way. Mark Williams has been phenomenal the entire time that he's been here. Sometimes the numbers don't show it, and that's what's so hard with people, including some of the people on your radio station. They talk about his inconsistency with his numbers. They talk about this up and down game. Mark Williams has been phenomenal the entire time he has been here. First and foremost, he runs the floor consistently. On nights where he doesn't touch the ball 10 times, he still runs the floor consistently. He gets on the glass. He gets out and sets picks. He plays defense 1 through 5. He has no problem switching. He's not moaning and groaning. You don't see him with histrionics. You don't see him with bad body language. So if you get Mark Williams the ball, he will respond with numbers like that. What was he, 13 or 15 from the floor last night?
Yeah, tremendous, yeah.
Because everything's around the basket. Everything's a strong finish. Yep. And oh, by the way, if you foul him, he's going to go to the free throw line and make his free throws as well. Mark Williams has been phenomenal. You cannot look at his numbers every night and say he was good or bad. He's been phenomenal. He's been a huge part of his son's success this year.
All right, so set me up now for the next game with Detroit. they're a very good team. Cade Cunningham is the real deal. This is a two-part question. Give me your thoughts on Detroit, and now also with the news that is coming out that the Milwaukee Bucks will indeed attempt to trade Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, first of all, Detroit's a very good team. You've seen the patience that, what was it, 2 years ago that they lost 29 in a row? Cade Cunningham was part of that. Very physical team, very good team on the glass. You have to limit their second chance opportunities. They're big, they're strong. But in saying that, you can also attack them on the other end. They're physical, play through that physicality, and you get to the free throw line. The Suns, yeah, the biggest thing with them is the second chance points because it's a strength for them and it's a weakness for the Suns. You've got to move the ball. They try. They're athletic. They try to get some steals and they try to run. So transition defense, rebounding the basketball on your defensive end, and don't be loose with the ball. They'll turn those points into offense very quickly. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, you saw it coming. This small market team, they've won a championship. They're getting a little tired of him, of all the theatrics and what he wants and the pressure that he's putting on the organization. And again, another guy. It's not about him. You know, it's the makeup of the roster. It's everybody else. And then you turn around and you look Devin Booker. Nope, I'm staying here. I'm going to bring guys here that want to play with me. We're going to turn this around. We're going to make this a franchise where guys want to come to. And Devin Booker's been a huge part of why the Suns are where they are. And you see how much we miss them, you know, against better teams. You know, last night the Suns took advantage of a Brooklyn Net team that is struggling mightily and get a nice win being shorthanded. But it's going to be hard to do without Devin Booker these next two games on the home court.
All right, we know Book is not going to be able to participate. Any update you can give us on Jalen Green?
Yeah, he looked good on in his warm-up routine again last night. So hopefully that's a sign that Jalen Green's going to be available, and that gives Jordan Knott something else to move along with. But Grayson Allen and Jamari Bouye were phenomenal last night. If you want to look at numbers, Dylan Brooks and Mark Williams. But whenever they needed a big play, whenever they needed a smart play, first of all, Grayson Allen did a great job the entire night handling the ball. But then down the stretch, when they needed big buckets, he stepped up. And Jamari Bouye off the bench was phenomenal too.
Always good, pal, when you take time with us. Thank you, Timmy.
Great talking to you. See you guys soon.
There you go. Thanks, Tim Kempton, everybody. Once again, you can find him on X at SunsTK. And he's presented by Backyard Desert Bridge. It is the Suns parties. And when you go there, ice cold drinks, wall-to-wall game day energy. You can have a great time because the Suns games are up on the massive LED walls, and there are over 50 high-def TVs to watch as well. Always the best seat in the house. It is Backyard Desert Ridge, where Sun Spirit shines every night. Come for the game. Stay for the backyard vibes. All right, when we come back, it's going to be a little on this day. And football at 50, Manuch's favorite. Oh, we've got some stories for you, too. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, also on the Arizona Sports app.
When tragedy strikes, the impact is immediate and devastating. That's when the 100 Club of Arizona steps in, providing financial assistance, guidance, and emotional support to the families of public safety officers injured or killed in the line of duty. They also invest in mental health resources, injury prevention, and scholarships for the children of first responders. Every day, Arizona's public safety professionals put their lives on the line. The 100 Club of Arizona has their back. Learn more at 100club.org. Hey, every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, make sure you're locked in for the Lopes Report, powered by Global Credit Union, on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on ESPN Radio Phoenix. Each week, the guys are talking GCU athletics, the playmakers, the coaches, and the people building one of the fastest rising programs in the country. And if you miss it live, we've got you covered. Every Lopes Report is posted on the Arizona Sports app and the guys' social platforms. The Lopes Report, Tuesdays at 2. Powered by Global Credit Union.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs. Right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up. And support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savebythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Hi there, it's Scott from Pentatonics. So from the beginning of our journey in music, the foundation has been music education. It's so incredibly important that we continue to show kids the importance of music in our schools, in our homes, and even in the car. Music is such a powerful expression of emotion and individuality, and we are responsible for keeping the love for music alive. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. It is time now for unbelievable stats. Yeah, this is one of Manuch's. Manuch, you got me saying your words.
Well, there's
now.
a little minutia going on today.
Just take it away, Manucha.
Right. On this day, 1938, when Jimmy was just a wee lad.
Yes.
Jackie Robinson scored 22 points for the UCLA Bruins, becoming the first athlete to letter in 4 sports at UCLA, i.e. football, basketball, track, and baseball.
Unbelievable.
A lot of folks realize what a phenomenal athlete he was. 1990 Super Bowl was at 24. Louisiana Superdome, New Orleans, in L.A. Louisiana. San Francisco 49ers beat the Broncos 55-10. Joe Montana had quite the night. I think he had like 5 touchdown passes. He becomes the MVP. Jimmy will appreciate this. 1997 on this day, Pete Sampras wins the Australian Men's Single Open, reinforcing his dominance during tennis power era. Nobody could beat him.
No.
The Matt Greek from Buffalo.
There you go.
Buffalo kid. And then 2001, Super Bowl 35, Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida. Baltimore Ravens beat the New York Giants 34-7. The MVP, another defensive guy. Ray Lewis was a defensive player. Matter of fact, I think Trent Dilfer was the quarterback.
He was the QB.
Backup QB came in there, and for Tony Banks. Tony Banks was the guy who got him there. So Trent Dilfer was the guy. So there's a little on this day.
All right, let's do some football at 50. And let me begin first here, Manuch, because it is our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. State 48 Roofing, call them today for that free roof inspection. You want to make sure you keep your roof sexy. With State 48 Roofing, just go online, visit state48roofing.com, or you can call them 480-268-4509. Here's the question. Why didn't Bill Belichick make the first ballot Hall of Fame? You have 4 options. 1, his alleged cheating scandals. 2, his arrogance. 3, Tom Brady won his Super Bowls. And my favorite, 4, his girlfriend's age. Just go on X and Roc and Manuch, cast your vote. We will update you. More from Big Manuch now.
Yeah, those damn sports writers, those damn voters, they're holding all that against him. Yeah, this is interesting because he fell short of the 40 votes needed for induction to his first year of eligibility. And he was personally told he won't be going into the Canton this summer. And his comments were like, what, 6 Super Bowls isn't enough? Those are the kind of comments. So you just got to look at that. Everybody around the nation, football pundits, basketball pundits, sports aficionados are just outraged as to how and why this could happen. That Bill Belichick, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest coaches in National Football League, did not make the Hall of Fame. So I thought I'd have a little fun with that. So the allegations, Spygate, Deflategate, the girlfriend just kind of a thrown at the very end.
That's who I voted for.
Is she legal? Is she 21 yet? Give or take. Yeah,
is she legal?
I hope so. Man, especially down in the southeast like that.
Oh yeah.
Then on top of that, Tom Brady was the guy. Look what happened when Brady left. He goes to Tampa and went to Super Bowl for Bruce Arians there. So it's all about Tom Brady and not Bill Belichick. So you look at a lot of those things in reference to that, and you just kind of go, well, let me just put a little thought to that. The cheating scandals, and how about the arrogance in those post-game pressers and meeting with the press during the week? Does that have something to do with it? So you got a lot of long memories in there with some of these things that are stuck in the craw of some of these voters that may have come across in Jimmy B.
I'm telling you right now, I've been working in this business a long time. Did I have run-ins with coaches? Absolutely. Did they refuse to talk to me? Players and coaches? Yes, at times. But I'm not keeping Bill Belichick out of the Hall of Fame because, he wouldn't give me an interview.
Yes,
and I'm a writer, and you need to interview. I get to interview you, and you don't dictate to me. Just shut the hell up.
Yeah,
You're just a writer, you freaking bozo.
I cannot understand why, and you can't tell who voted or not. Yeah, we'll catch up with Howard Balzer tomorrow at 3:30.
Yeah.
He is a voter for the Hall of Fame, and he can't tell us how he voted one way or the other. Well, why not? Why can't you tell? Why can't you put your ballots out
That's what
there?
he said, yeah.
Well, we'll ask him about that. So all you Patriot fans, we feel for you. For him to go in on the second ballot next year makes no sense. So that's kind of our assumption of what might have happened. So I thought I'd have a little fun with that for our State 40 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter or @Roc and Manuch on Instagram. Well, Todd Monken, Browns fans, he is your new head coach of the Cleveland Browns, former offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. So basically the 5 candidates or in-person interviews, now it depends on whether they did their homework or not, where defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, will have more on that, Jacksonville Jaguars OC Grant Udinsky, Rams pass game coordinator Nate Shavalahase, and Commanders running game coordinator running back Anthony Lynn. I remember he was playing. So Udinsky interviewed last Friday, withdrew from consideration because I guess he didn't want to do any homework. And that's kind of the latest and greatest from Adam Schefter. But Schwartz had like a little presser today. Jim Schwartz, I think he really thought as a defensive coordinator he was going to get that gig. And now he's not going to stay as the DC. He will probably go and join, I think, John Harbaugh in New York.
That's a good point.
As his defensive coordinator. That's the only thing I can think of. Or go be a DC somewhere else. Or
aren't the Cardinals looking for somebody?
Well, they are. Maybe the Raiders and Cardinals could be in the perspective. He may not want to go there.
Right.
But Jim Schwartz, very emotional, very upset that he's not going to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. By the way, all you Browns fans, we'll catch up with longtime sports talk show host Munch Bishop at 3 o'clock to explain the interviewing process. Todd Monken is the new head coach, and Jim Schwartz not sticking around. You talk about a lot of minutia going on in Cleveland. There's a lot going on there. And last but not least, to kind of put a little cherry on top of the Buffalo Bills hiring, it was exactly as I said yesterday. Joe Brady will be the new head coach for the Bills, as we heard yesterday. Main reason why? The comfort, the continuity with who did I say, Jimmy? Josh Allen.
There you go.
And then Terry Pagula, who's the owner, said comfort level with the Brady factored heavily into the team's decision in reference to keeping Joe Brady on the staff and moving this thing forward. So there you go, a little football at 50.
I liked it, as always, presented by G2G Protein Bars. G2G Protein Bars. They're game changers, fresh, no preservatives, stored in the fridge. Now, this is not your average stale protein bar. You can check them out at Costco in the refrigerated section. Also go online, g2gbar.com. Coming up, hour number 2. We'll talk about last night's Suns victory. We also have our campus quickies, ASU, U of A, NAU, and some GCU as well. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Hanging out today. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life.
It's my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt. So you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section or explore amazing flavors at g2gbar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lure & Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice during an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. He's ESPN 620. Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Am I excited? Cleveland Brown fans. Woo-hoo! Got Munkin. Who?
So
Hod Rabino.
I just went over the 5 candidates that were in our last segment, and it's just so interesting that this interviewing process, an essay, a psychological test. I don't know if they made him pee in a cup or not.
Put the round peg in the square hole.
Yeah. Could you please circle those that equate to 10? Yeah. So Munkin's going to be the head coach. Jim Schultz, who I think a lot of folks felt as a defense coordinator, going to move on. But maybe the other 4 or 5 candidates didn't do their homework. Wow. So we'll dive in. We'll have a lot of fun with you Cleveland Brown fans.
3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock. Mike Munch Bishop.
Yep.
Longtime sports talk radio host there out of Cleveland, a national sports talk radio host, has got a lot to say.
I bet he does.
About the hire and about the process.
It'll
and
be fun.
the general manager's a Harvard grad.
Oh, good.
And Haslam is half a bubble left to plum, period. And
what? Wait, stop.
Yeah, half a bubble left to plum. You ever heard that before?
No.
Yeah, that bubble's not right. You put the you got that bubble right there to kind of the meter to make sure you measure.
Yes.
So if you put it on
I
top
know the plumb bob.
Yeah, the plumb bob, and then you got the bubble there. If it's
I
not
know,
right,
yeah.
So he's a half a bubble left up plumb. So he's not level is what we're trying to say.
I understand that now.
So it's just interesting, but 2 left. You got the Cardinals.
Yep.
And you got the Raiders.
All right, mystical genius that you are. So which is the better job? Is it the Raiders' job or is it the Cardinals' job?
Oh, man. They're both really
they're both
bad. Yeah, they're both. Yeah, they're both very difficult jobs at best, if you will.
Uh-huh.
And I think that some of the things when you look at this Arizona Cardinals team per se, what are some of the things that they're going to look at? And when I look at this job, I think every one of them, the guys that are taking these other jobs, they're looking at the quarterback situation. Full stop.
You have
end
to.
of sentence. You have to. And I think more importantly, that when you look at something like that, you just got to make sure that if you're going to go get into that situation, that you want to make sure that you have that individual that can carry you, because your window is only going to be maybe, 3 years if you're not winning.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rebuilding in the NFL. Yeah, your first year, your second year, like Jonathan Gannon had. So I think with all of the defensive stalwarts, the guys on offense, they were a playoff-bound team. They had to be a playoff-bound team,
right,
in the eyes of Michael Bidwell. So I think right now, when you look at those teams that are going to, you okay over there, Jimmy?
No, the tee went down the wrong pipe. I was struggling there for a minute, so I turned the mic off.
Okay.
But I'm back to normal
I
now.
thought I had to give like the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah,
over
I know
there
it was
for a second.
close. It was close.
So when you look at the remaining individuals, as far as what's going to be there, the Raheem Morrises, the LaFleurs, the Kubiaks, and then now the Ron Riveras of the world for the Cardinals and or for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Right.
You stop and think, if you take that Raiders job, you're going to have Fernando Mendoza.
He's going to
be your guy.
Yep.
Now, what do you have to build around him? Can you go build with a running game? You got your running back you got last year in the first round. Genty. Can you build on the defense? Because you probably figure it's going to take a couple years for that kid to basically, get his feet wet, get his land legs underneath him.
Okay.
You'll have O'Donnell to back him up. But if you go into Las Vegas and your job's riding on a rookie quarterback with a bad team, good luck and good bowling with that one.
Well, okay, so we all know who went to Denver and rode a rookie quarterback, but the difference was Denver had a terrific defense. They had players.
They had Sutton receiver, good receiving core, good running game, and they were just they were sound. And then Bo Nix kind of worked his way into it. Now,
he did, yep.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Today's rookie quarterbacks play a lot of games. Bo Nix played over 60-some games in college. Fernando Mendoza has played, a good 5 years. Matter of fact, he could have came back for another year.
I think people forget that he was at Cal.
He was at Cal, and then what he did this year. So they're developing quicker. They're developing more games. Reps matter. But, yes, to your point, if you're going to have a rookie quarterback in there, you better have a very good defense.
Okay.
You better have an outstanding running game, a very good line, and a good receiving core. Case in point, Ben Roethlisberger goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
Tommy Maddox is a starting quarterback.
Yep.
But they realized if Tommy got hurt, which he did about 4 or 5 games in, Ben had to take over. So what Bill Cowher and his offensive coordinator at the time, I believe, was either Arians or Ken Wisenhunt, one of the two. They realized that, Mark Whipple was a quarterback coach, and then Ken Wisenhunt, either Wisenhunt or Arians. Ken Wisenhunt was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Just talked to Mark Whipple the other day. We'll track him down next week. And so they knew that if they could just protect him and keep it simple, stupid, they could win games with their defense, their running game, and Ben could do just enough. Young man came out of Miami of Ohio.
Yep.
Played very well. that they could win with him. But the AFC Championship game, they ran into who? The New England Patriots.
They did.
With that very confusing defense. Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel, and defensive coordinator at the time was Bill Belichick helping out. He was confused. I think he threw 3 or 4 interceptions. But to get to that point, you're right. They had people around him so he could get in that Ferrari and just keep it on the road. Now, it was the following year they played Seattle and beat Seattle in his second year, that being Ben Roethlisberger's second year. So if I'm the best of the rest, and now we find out that Ron Rivera was in, a couple weeks ago,
right?
That he's being interviewed. So you got, I don't know, Kubiak, is he going to sit tight until the Super Bowl's over? LaFleur seems like he's one of the leading candidates. We would think by today or tomorrow, if they're going to hire him, that it would be mentioned. You're thinking we're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, maybe waiting for Connor or Laz to give us some breaking news. So those 3 or 4 candidates who are available, they're going to go, what's the situation? Knowing the situation with Las Vegas, and you can work with that. So I really think that the whole Clint Kubiak thing was probably going to be, I would say, leaning toward Vegas. And once the Super Bowl's over, that he might go that way, that he could develop that. But he doesn't have a lot of pieces around him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to take a job in the National Football League, you got to have some pieces around you, because it's an NFL, not for long job.
That's correct.
And they'll give you 2 years or 3 years if you're making progress. If you're making progress, even then, if you lose 13 out of 14 games or 14 out of 15 games, you're going to be gone, because the expected process was to be winning games and going to the playoffs, not just giving it the good old college try.
I thought that if the Cardinals would have won 8, maybe 9 games, Gannon would probably survive and still be the head coach. Obviously, we know that was not the case. So when I look at it, I believe that at least the Raiders, with what you just set up, you know who the quarterback's going to be. It's going to be Mendoza. You know your running back. You've got a great tight end in Brock Bowers, and you have Max Crosby, as the leader on defense. So there are pieces for the Raiders. When I look at the Cardinals, well, we're not sure really who the top receivers are.
Well, it's Trey McBride and Michael Wilson.
Well, okay, it's trending that way, but you're not sure.
No. Time out. Hold
What?
on, Jimmy. Hold on. Trey McBride's a given. He's all pro. Michael Wilson's a given.
Okay.
We still got question marks with Marv Jr.
There you go.
And then that's it. Now,
okay,
James
you
Conner.
running back, you have no clue.
You don't. Well, because James Conner getting long the two.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You don't really know what you got. And of course, the big story is quarterback. And I've come to the conclusion that I have a feeling it's still going to be Kyler Murray.
I doubt it. I really do. I think they're doing everything they can. A couple of things here. That team functioned so much offensively, and they didn't win. The offense functioned so much better with Jacoby Brissett. Now,
yeah, but you're going to have a new coach and a new offense.
I get it. But they're looking at new coaches right now are looking at Kyler Murray going, he's not he's not the prototypical quarterback that I want to use. Let's say if Kubiak or LaFleur come here. Who are their quarterbacks? LaFleur, Matthew Stafford. He can roll out. He's got just enough escapability. Pocket guy.
He's got one of the best arms ever in football.
And he reads well.
Yep.
He does a phenomenal job. You look at Kubiak. He's got Sam Darnold. He's a pocket guy, wins from the pocket. You cannot win from the pocket with Kyler Murray. You have to win. Even Caleb Williams, what Ben Johnson did with him, settle him down. They do roll him out periodically.
They do.
Now, he's a great athlete. He can escape and he can run. That's an added bonus. But he comes from the Jared Goff school of offensive coordinator, quarterback in Detroit to the Chicago Bears. So they're going to win from the pocket. So when you look at these offensive coordinator guys, and you look at some of the defensive coordinators that are being looked at for the Arizona Cardinals, that team that they came from, their quarterbacks, number one, right, are franchise guys.
Yep.
Number two, they went from the pocket. Number three, they got enough escapability that if they need to run or move, they can. Drake May, prime example of that. Sam Darnold can move just well enough, but they're not relying on their legs to win them games.
But Manuch, you're not going to have a franchise guy for the Cardinals as a quarterback. There's not a franchise QB that is available as we speak
that's what I'm
today.
saying. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So they would rather
That's why I think Kyler might still be there.
I would do, if I'm the Cardinals, do everything you can to go get. I've looked at the available free agent quarterbacks that are out there, but you're just not going to win on a consistent basis. And on top of that, the guy can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy at all.
I'm with you on
he
that.
He hasn't survived 1 year. Now he came back off the knee injury. That was probably his best year that
he
had.
did go, 11-5, and they went to the playoffs. They got blitzed by the Rams, but didn't they win like 8 or 9 in a row?
One in 8, first time in 8 years.
So I'm just saying that you're treating him like he is yesterday's garbage, when if you go back and look, he has had some bright spots in his career. I said some bright spots in his career as a Cardinals QB.
Let me just be very blunt and honest. The gimmick with Kyler Murray doesn't work in the National Football.
Okay.
It does. Too short, can't win with helter-skelter, hair on fire, no consistency. Yes, they won 11 at the 1 year.
Yeah,
look at the people around him. Yeah. Look at the players around him. I'll give him credit for that. So he's a second, maybe third-tier quarterback, but that gimmickry with Kingsbury and that offense, all that, it's Michael Bidwell's paying the penance for making that move, illegitimate move that he had.
I'm with
now
you.
He's stuck.
Yep.
Now they're stuck with Kyler Murray. I don't know what the hell you do. I try to go get the best free agent quarterback available. And if you're going to draft somebody in the second, third round, then what are you going to do? Have Jacoby Brissett start and then wean the young kid along? And if you go get some assets for Murray, pay half of his contract down or pay it with him or have him restructure it and repay him, then you got that as well too. So there's so many check marks against the Cardinals. If they're forced to keep him, all I can say is good luck in reference to that thing.
and good bowling.
That gimmick is come and gone.
The Suns with a nice win last night over the Nets, who, by the way, just refused to go away. They were like a nasty gnat that you couldn't swat. We're going to get into that. Mark Williams did his thing, turning out to be the leading scorer with 27 points. We're going to dive into last night's victory. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, also FM 98.7 HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views. Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer. Trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
You applied to Grand Canyon University because you want somewhere fun and affordable, where hands-on classes and access to industry pros can help you build skills employers need, with the opportunity to graduate in less than 4 years. You want to feel seen, loved, called to more, to know you found your purpose. Make yourself the main character. Begin your story. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Call 977-1900.
Phoenix, it's the biggest week in golf, and we're right in the middle of it. Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B live from DraftKings Sportsbook at TPC Scottsdale for the WM Open. Monday through Wednesday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Special guests, giveaways, wall-to-wall WM Open energy, and the best atmosphere in golf before the madness even starts. Grab a seat, grab a drink, and be part of the action. Or listen live on ESPN 620. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live at DraftKings TPC Scottsdale. WM Open Week. Don't miss it. Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Gets it to Grayson Allen, lob to Williams. He'll throw it down on the alley-oop, and the Suns are back within 2. Grayson Allen gets his 6th assist of the night, and Mark Williams up to 25 to lead the Suns.
I think in Arizona sports last night, Williams finishes with 27, leading scorer. He dominated inside offensively, and it was a great sign to see the big man take control. And they needed it because the Nets would not go away in that game. Michael Porter Jr. Scored 36 in that game for Brooklyn and kept them close the entire time.
You know, Porter Jr., you think of him with Denver, right?
Yeah, when they won the championship.
Why would he leave that organization? I know he chased the money, obviously.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I mean, but my goodness, I mean, that's a team going nowhere. You could collect your millions and millions of dollars, and would you be happy being in the cellar the next 3, 4, 5 years? Well, that's right. He's making $35 million a year.
No, I think it's closer to 45.
It might be. I don't know. I just the talented. I mean, the first quarter was his.
Yeah.
I mean, he owned the first quarter. He was just phenomenal. But watching Mark Williams, and we had Tim Kempton on the first hour talking about he's been great. He's been going up and down the court. I agree. But as far as scoring wise, this is the best night. I really like the formula: pick and roll, passing to him. He's cutting to the rim. Both arms, offensive rebounds. I mean, he had, I felt that's one of the better games I've seen him play in his 2 years here with the Phoenix Suns. And to see that now, can we see that on a consistent basis? Does Jordan Knott have the confidence to give him the ball? And he was well needed,
right,
without Jalen Green and Devin Booker.
He's around the basket. He's amphibious as well as ambidextrous. With both hands.
He plays well in the water, too.
Oh, heck yeah. Can you imagine him as a water polo player? He'd be sensational.
Oh, that would be just, yeah. I mean, that's a whole nother, that's like wrestling. No, thank you. My God.
Here's the head coach, Jordan Hod, on last night's game and utilizing Williams.
After the Miami game, we definitely talked about it. Our inability to get into the paint, try to come up with a couple more solutions. That's on us as coaches. And then Mark's presence, could feel it from the jump. His ability, try to run the first play of the game right to him, right inside the paint. We got to remember all his gifts and all the little stuff that he does for our group on both ends, screening, rebounding, protecting the rim. That he's an incredibly skilled offensive player, and we got to find him more. So thought he imprinted his game, his offensive game from the jump. First couple possessions, he was right there, right inside the charge circle. So we got to do it more. We got to keep him going, keep him growing, keep him getting better.
When's the last time you've seen the Suns have 72 points in the paint? That's 72 points in the paint.
That's very impressive.
I mean, but again, they had trouble shooting the free ball. Again, they're really struggling. But it was funny how, these coaches, they adjust and say, hey, look, we got to get the ball down low.
Down low, yeah.
You guys are struggling. But 72 points in the point was vital. And, at one time, that 12-point lead, you felt, okay, they're going to take it away. But it was a three-point shooting by the Nets
that came back
that got them back in the game.
Look at the stats there. Tell me how many turnovers the Nets had.
Nets had 22 turnovers.
Incredible statistics.
And here's the thing. The Suns, they went ahead and capitalized on that. The Suns got 25 points. Suns only had 15 turnovers and gave up 15 points. Again, the fast break points. And this was noticeable. the Suns were getting out on the break. You had 20 points for fast break.
Right.
They only allowed 7 by the net. So they're getting out on the break and they're getting back on the break. So it was really, the game was going up and down the court. It was somewhat of a frenetic pace.
Yep.
And you got to commend the Nets for getting up and down, matching the energy of this Phoenix Suns team. I thought that was impressive, going back and forth. Then they got in the game. It typically, the Suns had to hold on. It was the Nets that outscored them in that fourth quarter to make a run at the very end. And again, you just see the technical fouls. There was 8 technical fouls in the game.
Well, that was predicated though with the scrum.
Right. But when's the last time you saw 8 teams in a game 4-4?
Yeah.
And we did find out that Dylan Brooks, his tee was rescinded. Otherwise, he'd have 15.
Yep.
He's still at 14. He's still 2 away from the magic number.
Isn't that funny, Manuch? He's at 14, 2 away from the number.
Could you imagine if they'd had the tee and he would have got another, and he would miss the Detroit-Cleveland game?
Oh, no.
You got Detroit tomorrow night. You got Cleveland on Friday night.
Yeah.
That you're out with. Let's say Jalen Green can't make it back.
Oh,
so you'd be without Brooks, Booker, and Green. Quite the law firm, right? I mean, think about that. So he's just got to kind of steady as she goes, be urgently under control. But that tee on him last night was uncalled for, and they did rescind it.
Yeah, that was the best thing. When we had Tim Kempton on in the first hour, I asked him about the health of Jalen Green, and he said he looked good in his workout prior to last night's game. Now, we haven't heard if indeed he's going to be activated for the Pistons game yet.
I would hope so. I think that if he's looking good the last 2 games, stop thinking about that. They said he worked out really hard and he looked good in the Miami loss, if you will, the other day, home, working hard. So if he's working hard and very active, how is he responding? So he's got a date today. So I would hope they start him.
Let me stop you. Because what we're talking about right now is a guy who's, repeat what you just said, working hard, trying to get ready to play.
If he's fine, why not play?
And Manuch, when he walks on the court, he's gone again. Why is it always he's working hard, he looks good in practice, and then he poops the bed when he walks on the court?
You know what, Jimmy? It's just his body. Obviously, there's something going on there with his hamstring that hasn't happened in the first, 2-3 years? It was 2 years that he's played?
Yeah.
As a young guy.
And he played almost 82 both of those years.
He's hardly ever missed. Your point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's something there that it's an upper glute. It's a gluteus maximus or gluteus minimus.
I think I dated her.
Is it the hip? Is it the vertebrae? Something that's causing this, but they're being overly cautious. And if they have to hold them back for a game or two, but I'm sitting there going, you know what? Hey, Dylan, you better be careful. They need you these next 3 games. You got Detroit, Cleveland, and then on Sunday you got the Clippers coming.
Yeah.
So
and they're playing really good basketball.
Yeah, and this homestand of 13 out of 14 games,
right?
Starting on Monday, the Suns are home, so they need you. You look at all these teams, but in the meantime, I guess a blessing in disguise is the Mark Williams of the world. You look at some of the other guys that are getting a lot of time
like
off the bench. Bouye, Grayson Allen holding his own, Gillespie holding his own.
Unfortunate he couldn't play last night either.
But you sit and go, guys play a lot of hoops, right?
Yeah.
But you don't need a mass unit trying to take on some of these top tier teams coming out of the East. So hey, good game for Mark Williams, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 8 rebounds.
Had a terrific game.
Had a heck of a game. A very well needed game, I think, for his teammates and Jordan Ott, as head coach, to see that happen.
If you're going to have a breakout game, last night was the time to do it. Manuch, take it over. My throat is clogging again.
Yeah, you know what? I think those are some of the things you have to have. And when you take over a game in reference to this Suns team, where do they go, how they go, this is a good litmus test. Because here we are. Trade deadlines next week.
There you go.
February 5th.
Giannis is available. Just throwing it out there.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
How far that team has gone from where they were when they beat the Suns in the NBA title finals. That team was unbeatable.
They were really good.
Just phenomenal. And now they're a mess right now. I think a lot of it, maybe it started when Mike Budenholzer got fired.
Could have been.
Into the next year. They got Doc Rivers in there.
Hasn't worked?
Has not worked. So something's amiss. But you know what? That's the NBA these days. As far as you can't win back-to-back title unless you can keep those guys paid and happy. Unfortunately,
that's the thing. Hey, the weekend is always better when you're hanging at Twin Peaks. Nobody does football like Twin Peaks or even basketball. You can catch all of the action. Any of the five Twin Peaks Valley locations. Ice cold brews, buckets, specialty cocktails. They've got it all for you, and terrific food as well. It is the ultimate game day experience. It's Twin Peaks Eats, Drinks, Scenic Views. Manuch, where are we going to be tomorrow?
We're at the Camelback Twin Peaks tomorrow, right there, 20th Street and Camelback.
I'm looking forward to that. It's always a good time at the Camelback location. Coming up, everybody, our campus quickies. ASU, U of A, NAU. We'll even drop in some GCU as well. But right now, let's get you to a 620 ESPN Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The NFL coaching carousel continues to turn as the Cleveland Browns have hired Todd Monken as their new head coach, leaving just the Las Vegas Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals as the final team still searching for a head coach. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns picked up a 106-102 win over the Brooklyn Nets last night, and the league later rescinded a technical foul that was sent to Dylan Brooks for him being part of a scrum that he was just quite honestly caught in the middle of. Make plans now and tune in Monday through Wednesday during the WM Open as the guys broadcast live from DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. Big-time guests will stop by, including golf stars and one of the greatest Arizona Cardinals of all time. Someone we can't name just quite yet, but trust us, he's on the Mount Rushmore of Arizona sports. All week long, live from DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. Campus Quickies are next.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Sun Devil men's basketball is heating up, and now you can build a ticket plan on your terms. With the Sun Devils mini plan, you choose any 6 home games you want, including the biggest Big 12 matchup of the year, Kansas and Arizona. Lock in the rivalries, circle the heavy hitters, or stack your schedule with weekends that work for you. 6 games, your choice, your vibes, your Sun Devils. Grab your mini plan today at sundeviltickets.com. That's sundeviltickets.com.
Swing into Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf to get custom fit for the new Cobra Optim driver. The new Cobra Optim is the first driver to optimize POI and MOI. With a reshaped head and optimized center of gravity, experience straighter drives and more robust distance. Check out the new Cobra Optim drivers today. Book your custom fitting in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 480-990-3300. That's 480-990-3300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick look at the Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info. Exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way till 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let's begin right now with ASU. And that means that Hod Rabino is our guest. You can follow him on X at Devil's Digest. That's at Devil's Digest. Hod, welcome as always. Bobby Hurley went off the rails and did his little press conference. ASU comes back, wins a game. They go on the road to Central Florida. They're up 12 with about 5.5 left, and then found a way to lose. In your estimation, what happened?
Yeah, it was really a classic example of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Exactly.
It's just basically, your typical roller coaster ASU game, roller coaster ASU season, roller coaster Bobby Hurley tenure. Just when I think things are bad, they're able to improve and win a game like they did against Cincinnati. And here they are, with some momentum going into that road game against UCF. UCF is a team that actually did have a brief stint in the top 25 earlier this year. Already won 16 games on the year, so this could have been a quality win for ASU, maybe their best win of the entire season, especially on the road where they haven't won yet. So it really was disappointing to see the Sun Devils falter, but it's just really it's the same song and dance. Just shooting themselves in the foot time and time again. Last night was no different.
Hod, you look at the last two games, as Jimmy alluded to, the Bearcats game and this game. Your field goal percentage has been 45 to 50%. You're hitting your three-point shooting again, 43% the night before, 45%. Key is they can't make their free throws at the right time. 70%. They missed 6 last night. But otherwise, stats-wise, they've been really, really good, really solid. They picked that up, but they just couldn't make the plays, either get a stop or make some shooting plays at the very end. Bryce Ford had I thought, a good look on that last three at the very end of the game, and he's usually pretty good. But I don't know if you call it just damn bad luck or whatever, but they just can't close out when the other teams can.
No, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. I thought that their three-point defense has been an Achilles heel for the entire season. Even in some of their wins earlier this year, they did not do a good job defending beyond the arc, and actually did a great job up until those 5-6 minutes to end the game to really contain a very good sharp-shooting UCF team. But everything really fell apart from there on out. I think UCF made 5 of their last 6 attempts in the game from 3-point range. So, again, as maybe you shouldn't be surprised to see a shortcoming that's been exhibited itself, really all year long, come to bite ASU again.
Interesting that the 8-man rotation, I think Johnson coming off the bench has really proved. Mukeba coming off the bench, he had a good game. It seems that with Ford starting and Johnson coming off the bench, it says they seem like they have really caught on to that and made sure that they continue to have that. That seems to be the most consistent piece these last 2 games.
Yeah, and I think that you do have a good rotation going. I guess the flip side is that you want to see more from some of your starting players. And Osama Diop, I think last night, had a good game defensively in terms of rebounds and blocks. But I don't think they did a good job involving him in the offense.
Exactly.
I was just going to ask you that question, Hod.
Where's Jop at?
He's got to touch the ball at least 10 times.
Exactly. And the thing with Mo Odom, he's racking up points like nobody's business, for a long stretch over here. But he does still do a good job distributing the ball. So I don't know if it's Mo Odom just not finding a job, or maybe those are the plays that Bobby Hurley is calling, that he wants guys like Odom, like Vic Johnson, Grobovich with the 3-point shooting to be more involved in the offense. But I think last night it really hurt them because they did not play an extremely interior superior team in UCF. So that was really an opportunity missed, not getting Job more involved, because we know what Job can do. He's been one of the more consistent players the entire year.
I would have pounded the ball down on the block all night. That would have been my strategy to begin with. You got 30 seconds. Set us up with how you think the Territorial Cup game this weekend is going to play out.
Noon tip-off. You'll be able to get up
a little
for that
early,
then,
man.
huh?
That's early for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was very encouraged. I think, like a lot of ASU fans were, how well they played down in Tucson a couple of weeks ago. But since then they really have been in a rut. I mean, again, those losses to West Virginia and UCF really have put ASU deeper in the hole in terms of the struggles that they're having. So if ASU can keep it respectable like they did in Tucson, losing by 7, I think it can call that the moral victory that nobody wants to hear about. But when you have U of A playing the way they are right now, I think you could either take a loss in single digits. Maybe it's not impossible, but ASU is going to have to play much better than they did last night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got that right, Hod. Hod, thank you as always, pal. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's head to Tucson. And that means Steve Rivera, Sports Talk Show host, Fox Sports 1450 is our guest. You can find him on X at Steve Rivera 95. Steve Rivera 95. Stevie, welcome, pal, as always. Man, oh man, oh man. I love watching the Wildcats play basketball. I'll let you take us through what you saw in that BYU game.
Steve, you can exhale now.
Yeah.
Let's remember, I'm not a for or against these guys, but they are pretty good. They're top 7, top 8. I do have some concerns about Del Orso. He's not played well recently. He's kind of the guy in the funk. But they did look good for 35 minutes against BYU on the road, which we all know winning on the road is very difficult. They did have a tough time in the second half, of the half, as they made that quick 12-2 run and made it the game. BYU's good, and so is Arizona. We'll see what happens when they return. But, how about that Burry stance? What about JB, the leadership? You can go down the road and down the line and say about everybody.
Do you feel that Burries was on the official national map after this game against BYU?
Yeah, if he hadn't been, surely is, because he played very well up in the first 5 games when he was kind of saying, what's going on? Well, he's come on strong the last 16, 17 games. So we'll see. I mean, now you hope to keep him, right? He plays so well, he might leave.
Steve, the thing that I was interested in was the style of play. BYU's got some big guys. U of A's got some big guys. Did you see a real bump and grind kind of game? Because that's what I saw. The big guys were hitting each other pretty good down low.
Yeah, and BYU played pretty well against the big guys, especially in that run where they out-rebounded them. We got a lot of offensive boards. I think it was 8 in that crucial stretch. No question. But you know what? We'll talk about Saturday's game right at noon. But the ASU did something that no team had really done to Arizona, and that's muscle them up. I mean, they was a rugby football game. It was Big 12 basketball that day with ASU.
There was a couple 1st and 10s in there in that ASU game, as I recollect.
That's my follow-up question with Saturday's game. Look, they had some sort of secret sauce, meaning ASU, when you guys first played to stay in that game and were physical against the Wildcats. Do you anticipate the same style Saturday?
Yes, I do, because that's ASU's only chance to keep stride with these guys. At least make them think about every basket, make them think about every play, because otherwise they're not going to stay close with them. But I heard earlier, it should be a double-digit spread, should be a double-digit win. We said that the first time, and it wasn't. But ASU's chance to win is, again, get physical, play out of their minds. They have been in a funk. And it's weird because they played so well against Arizona, and that, Bobby would say, maybe this will turn the table, and it just didn't.
Steve, they went to the full court press several times in that game. Is that something new that Tommy Lloyd wants to incorporate more and more in the second half of the season?
Yeah, he's been doing that a little bit more, and trying to make teams play to his tempo. BYU loves that tempo anyway, but there'll be certain teams that he'll be able to use it against.
Always good, pal, when you're on the show with us. We always appreciate it. Really looking forward. Yeah.
Well, who's taking me to the filet mignon and meal somewhere from the football game?
It'll be Roc. Roc's got it covered.
Until satisfied, I'm going to continue to harass you guys.
That's fine, pal.
We appreciate that. By the way, are you going to drive into Tempe? Are you going to warn anybody in particular when you come in down there in that downtown area?
No, I'm going to dress incognito.
Okay. Thank you, man. Always good to talk with you. See you, Steve.
Be well, guys. Thanks.
There you go. Steve Rivera, everybody. All right, let's go to the mountain. So our next guest, Mitch Strohman, has been doing this a long, long time. We talked to him last week after he announced his retirement following this season.
Yeah, what a slacker.
Yeah, really. Guy's not doing anything. Yeah, I know.
I mean, geez, was he only like 40?
Yes, that's it. I know. Well, he made all that money.
Yeah. Well, you got to spend it sometime.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, might as well. So at any rate, he announces that, and then all of a sudden, the athletic director ups and decides to quit. What the hell? What is going on here, Mitch?
Oh, boys, yeah. A slacker. I like that. It's like a Marty McFly from Back to the Future. McFly, you're a slacker.
Well, and Mitch, the truth be told, I always tell my quarterbacks, don't be slacking and Cadillacing. That ain't going to fly.
You guys are awesome. It's great to join you from up here on the mountain. Yeah, it's been a crazy 24 hours here since our athletic director, Yuri Farkas, announced his resignation yesterday morning. It was after just a little over 6 months on the job as the athletic director at Northern Arizona University. It's fair to say, and I wish I could offer you more at this point, but I think I can fairly say that it was a very, very big surprise for all of us associated with NAU Lumberjack Athletics. And I'm talking not just those of us that are here, but those of us around the country, alumni, former student athletes, boosters, fans. It was a big shock. There's not a lot of information that is available at this point, other than just the fact that he has resigned. I am so wishing him and his family nothing but the best. I really, really enjoy working with him over the years that he was with the athletic department as the number 2 guy for roughly 8 years, and then the number 1 guy since last July. And I'm hoping nothing but good things for him. I respect him and appreciate him as both a professional, an athletic director, and as a friend. And it's to say that it's been a tumultuous 24 hours would perhaps be a bit of an understatement.
Have they called you to take the AD job?
Yeah. How do you give an AD job to a slacker like myself?
By the way, I mean,
it's so cute, man.
There might be some. We wish Ari the best, and we best to he and his family. But maybe you should make your announcement once a week that you're retiring because you win 81-77. So that might be that might be the mantra that Mitch Strohman's going to be retiring. Just remember that, guys, before you play tonight. That, Mitch is going to retire. He's going to slack off, go collect all this money. He's a young guy. He's too young to be getting old, but just remember, he's going to retire. So that might be a motivation for them to win.
Bless your heart using the young man thing. What do I write the check to you?
Yeah, exactly.
Payable to Roc and Manuch show.
Exactly.
No, it was a great win. It was such a hard-fought game, and it was a game that I'm going to be very honest with you guys. We needed to win that game desperately. We were 0-7 in the league, trying to avoid going 0-8 in Big Sky play for the first time since 1972. And they fought hard. They got the win. They really flipped the narrative immediately, and that's all it took. It just took one really good win against a really good team to flip the narrative to, okay, can these guys make a run? Can they get on a heater in the second half of the conference season heading up to the championships in Boise and see what they can do? Isn't that amazing how that happens just with single game.
It's amazing.
And that's exactly what happened. And for me, guys, I'll never forget it. It was so absolutely unbelievably cool. I'm getting ready to do the post-game show. The trainer, the athletic trainer, comes out to me mid a commercial break, and she says, "Hey, the team wants you in the locker room right now." And so I put the headset down, gave it to the color guy to handle, went into the locker room, and they're throwing water on me and
that's
celebrating.
great, Mitch.
It was so cool. It was so cool. And that's, as I retire from this position, that will be a memory I will carry with me for the rest of my life. It was a special moment, and I'm excited for where this team can go. I think there's potential for this team to get on a heater in the second half of the season in February, running into March, and then, see what happens.
Hey, got a minute? Okay, I got to ask you. Did you guys get a new telescope up there? Astrojacks? Where?
Yeah.
What was? I mean, did you get a new telescope up there on the hill? Now you're the Astrojack. So when you sign off instead of Go Jacks, you go deep in space. Was it Star Trek or something? What the hell?
Let's launch that 3-shot. Bang, man, off the launching pad. It's kind of cool, actually. It's the second year of this thing. They call it the alternative identity for NAU athletics.
Okay.
They do two games a year as the Astrojacks, and it's meant to honor the lunar legacy, the connection that Flagstaff has to the U.S. space program and the exploration of the cosmos. Lowell Observatory, where Pluto was discovered, right here in Flagstaff, and it's just kind of an homage to that.
Okay.
And it has been a hit. It's been a hit. Right. Social media, people love it. It gets recirculated. You know how it is. If you go viral on TikTok and Instagram, you're winning the battle. And it has, and it's become a kind of a cool little alternative thing for just a couple of games every season now.
So you got a lava lamp right there and some incense that you have at the table. You're broadcasting.
Hookah shells.
Dude, if you don't have a lava lamp, then you aren't living right. I mean, that has got to be a part of your interior decor, or you are not living like the 70s, brother. And that's the way to live.
Hey, Mitch, thank you as always. Mitch, live long and prosper.
Amen, Captain Kirk. Let's go. Make it so. I love it. Thank you, guys, and go Jack.
There you go. That's Mitch Strohman, one of our favorite guys, of course, to have on Campus Quickies. And it was presented today by All City Towing. They are America's largest towing company. I should say Arizona's largest towing company. They're hiring drivers, dispatchers, customer service people. They pay extremely well. They have wonderful benefits, including a monthly fuel allowance. You can apply today, allcitytowing.com, and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Search careers. It's All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward. When we come back, random fact of the day and some football at 50. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 HD-2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Phoenix, it's the biggest week in golf, and we're right in the middle of it. Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B live from DraftKings Sportsbook at TPC Scottsdale for the WM Open. Monday through Wednesday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Special guests, giveaways, wall-to-wall WM Open energy, and the best atmosphere in golf before the madness even starts. Grab a seat, grab a drink, and be part of the action. Or listen live on ESPN 620. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy D. Live at DraftKings TPC Scottsdale. WM Open Week. Don't miss it.
The biggest game of the year is coming. And at Backyard Desert Ridge, it always sells out. Lock in the best seat in the house now. Reserve your table today and pick the perfect spot. Right in front of the massive LED wall or surrounded by more than 50 high-def TVs. Great food, ice-cold drinks, and wall-to-wall action so you don't miss a single play. Every year fills up fast, and once it's gone, it's gone. Don't wait. Swing by Backyard Desert Ridge and secure your big game seat today.
Hey, it's Eli Winders. Just a reminder, if you're feeling low, you're not alone. Life can get tough, and we all need a hand sometimes. Don't be afraid to talk to someone, even if it's just to get things off your chest. You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of business. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. You've got people who care about you. Reach out if you need to, and check in on those you care about too. We're all in this together. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Action! When I grow up, I want to be a director because they get to talk to everybody about everything. They get to make cool movies and dance music videos.
If your child is sick over and over again, it could be PI, a defect of the immune system that affects millions. Early testing can give children a chance to dream.
And when I'm a director, I get to say, lights, camera, action.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4pi.org.
That's a wrap.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Got to get to the 8. He's going to take off and run, Mendoza. Wins his way first and go diving for the end zone. Touchdown! That's what he won the Heisman Trophy.
Well, you're not kidding. Thank you to ESPN. Mendoza's run, sensational. Put him on the map. Manuch, he'll probably be the number 1 pick as well.
Oh, I most definitely would think so. If there's something there's a guarantee, it could pretty much not just guarantee anything. That Fernando Mendoza will probably be the first pick, but he's also capitalizing on a few things.
Okay.
Now, remember when he said he tuned all of his social media off, but, but he kept his LinkedIn?
I remember that.
Well, this new superstar, he's going to get the little branding power going as fresh off of the Hoosiers national title. He's now officially working with LinkedIn in a more integrated partnership. Now, this is according to Front Office Sports. So after that Bible breakdown, as we heard that he posted many, many times, his following exploded to over 167,000 followers.
Wow.
Making him obviously a natural ambassador for the platform. He's got the app. He said that's the only thing that he has in reference to any kind of social media. Doesn't want to be distracted.
Right.
So from championship rings to corporate branding, Mendoza already winning off the field. Oh, I don't know, maybe another $3, $4, $5 million a year.
Incredible.
Working with LinkedIn.
Could happen, though, to a better guy.
You know, and it is. I mean, it's interesting that he has no Instagram, no Twitter, no Facebook, but LinkedIn. And that's like the first time you hear, oh, my gosh, LinkedIn, they are involved. I know a lot of people that use LinkedIn, but it's mostly Twitter or Instagram. Facebook a little bit. But, man, I'll tell you what. Talk about a guy that just took them from, number 3 or 4 to the top of the heap as far as clicks are concerned, branding. 167,000 followers now.
Amazing.
After him talking about that. Yeah. Hey, guys, we talked about this a little bit the other day. It happened with Damon Williams about 3 weeks ago. He just signed an NIL deal with Washington. Mm-hmm. Then the day after he signed, he wanted to move on and go somewhere else.
I remember that.
Well, I think Washington said, look, we're going to lawyer up, and you're not going anywhere. Well, he did an about-face. He's back with Washington. Now, Duke and Darian Mensah were in the same boat. This week, he basically said the same thing. He wanted to move on. And you're going, guys, precedent was set. I don't know what was set with Washington with Damon Williams or not. But this time, it looks like Darian Mensah, who's at Tulane, at Duke, looks like he wants to go to Miami. They have reached a settlement.
Okay.
So they pretty much have agreed to agree whatever that settlement is. So it sounds like to me that if he wants to leave, he's giving a pro rata share of whatever's left from, let's say he was making $3-4 million at Duke, might be more than that he's going to pay, well, I don't know, maybe half of that back or whatever. Give it back to them. Duke's going to say, okay, you can move on. But you're not going to collect the money. And I know a lot of these money is going to a trust fund, they go into a bank, whatever.
Right, yeah.
And it's pretty much until you give us our money and this is what you'll owe us, then we'll allow you to move on. And that's one of the things that you hope that these young men and girls that are getting paid as well, too, are saving their money. So the way that they pretty much have solved that is that he's giving back, I would think, pretty much a majority share. Because I think these NIL deals are like on a year-by-year basis.
Okay.
From that standpoint. So that pretty much has been resolved as Mensa is allowed to go on because they had a settlement with the Duke.
He's going to go to Miami.
I think that's the key.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, football at 50 presented by Wright Toyota. Trusted service, a huge selection, and a dealership that puts customers first. You can find them online, wrighttoyota.com. Again, that's wrighttoyota.com. Mitch, where are we going to be on Friday?
We're going to be Friday at Wright Toyota, Jimmy.
Amazing how that little commercial announcement and our next road trip works out. When we come back, Cleveland has a new head coach for the Browns. Hod Rabino is his name. Did you know who he was, Manuch?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're the only one.
It's a coordinator. For
You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only guy who even knows what Munkin is. We're going to catch up with Munch Bishop in Cleveland. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. And people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So looks like Big Rug is safe for now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurance not available in all states.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt. So you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Learn and Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Learn and Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Learn and Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Learn and Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. He's ESPN 620. Marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Sanders hesitates, and he gets away. Sanders will keep. And to the end zone, Shedeur Sanders runs his way in for 6.
Thank you to Fox for the highlight. Yeah, Shedeur Sanders going to be an alternate for the Pro Bowl. That takes us to Cleveland. That's where we are headed right now. Longtime Cleveland sports talk show host, the one, the only, Munch Bishop is our guest. You can find him on X at Munch Cleveland. Again, at Munch Cleveland. Munch, welcome, pal. As always, hey, you got Todd Monken, man. How excited are you, and how is that going to be the biggest headline in Cleveland sports today?
Well, you know what? No one is excited in any way, shape, or form to get a 60-year-old head coach. Now, again, for me, that is a young age. For you guys, that is ancient, okay, because you're a couple of kids there. Thank you. The bottom line is this, is that you're looking at the candidates, and you're looking at what they had. Now, this is vestiges, okay? This is the vestiges, the leftovers, the hand-me-downs from DePodesta. Now, you got to remember something with DePodesta. He helped ruin the Oakland Athletics with this ridiculous Moneyball BS, and then he came to Cleveland and helped ruin Cleveland. Just remember, Cody Kessler, trust me on that, that was one of his better decisions, not. But the bottom line is this, that if you, okay, Manuch, you have head coaching material all about you with the quarterback lab, okay? You're going to call the Browns. Your guys are going to say, hey, this is the guy, young mind, good offensive mind, take it from there. Well, you're going to have to do a personality test. I'll have to ask you, you pull the wings off of butterflies when you were a kid. You kill ants, okay? Then you have 2 homework assignments, my friend. Homework assignment after the first interview and then another one after the second. And then you have to write an essay. What does football have to do with any of this? That is what they have put the candidates through. Now, Andrew Berry, I used to think was an intelligent man. Right now, and I say this with just a pure heart, because I see what goes on, he is Jimmy Haslam's guy, okay? He is this house, handmaiden in the house for him. And he's just doing anything possible, to keep his job. Bottom line, too, is that when you look at the candidates that have spurned them, is that some pretty good guys. Or no, I talked to folks in Baltimore. They said, you know what? Monken had a pretty good offensive mind. But after this year, he came out and said he failed the team by not coaching Lamar Jackson properly, by not coaching the offense properly. So that really gives you a lot of confidence in this guy. No, to be blunt with you, even the Brown shows, even the guys that are on their knees and could tell us, I won't tell us what something parts of the body Haslam tastes like. But the bottom line is this, is that people are flipped out again, freaked out again. But what did they expect? Now, is it true or not? Hearing that Jim Schwartz is going to leave.
Yes.
If he wanted the job, why wouldn't you give the job to Jim Schwartz and be done with it? What is this, the 25th day of the coaching search? That is asinine and ridiculous. But you know my thoughts about the Haslams and about the folks that they have working for him, the little guys that run around with clipboards, this and that, and are on leashes. It's that, very few people are excited about this hire, even the Brown shows, and that's what really is telling to me.
Munch, talk about, I know Barry's a Harvard grad, but I've never, ever seen this. So did Monken get his homework done? Did the other guys have the dog eat their homework so they didn't get a second interview? I mean, this is unprecedented. And they were serious as a heart attack about this. If we're going to interview again, you got to do this, and then I have never seen it like this.
100% they were serious.
And with all that being said, was one of the questions like, hey, if I'm looking at you, how do I actually know that wall is still behind me? I mean, this stuff is just off the charts. I mean, as far so
it was psychological. It was psychobabble. like I said, did you enjoy killing insects, things like that? What would you do in a situation if it's raining out and somebody was driving down the street and had a flat tire? I mean, do you get outraged when somebody cuts you off in traffic? It was just bizarre stuff. Again, personality tests, essays, and homework. I'm a grown guy, and why do you think some folks not only turned them down, but said, nah, I'm not going to go through with this. Adios, amigo. Long may you run, that kind of thing.
And on top of that, too, I think that the common theme with all these openings, there were 10 at one time, and now it's just the Cardinals and Raiders are available. It's like, who's the quarterback? Who can I hang my hat on at least for 3 years? That's about all these coaches are getting if they're not turning things around. For Monken, Shedeur Sanders, you look at the other kid, too. I forget his name, the kid out of
out of Oregon?
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel. So those are his two kids that they're going to have competition with, it sounds like to me. And he's at 60-some years old. He has really nothing to lose. He can go make some extra cash. Is that who you want to hang your hat on, is Shedeur Sanders?
No, absolutely not. Let me hit you with this, guys. You're sitting right now, okay? I want you to
we're down, yeah.
Is that there is no doubt in my mind, I was told this from folks inside the organization, no doubt in my mind that they're quote-unquote hoping that Deshaun Watson will come back and get one more year out of him.
Oh, my gosh.
For the structure he's done for the team. Now, let me hit you with this with Shedeur. I personally like the kid, okay?
Sure.
He dropped to the 5th round for a reason, and we're seeing that.
Yes, we are.
Guys, he is a horrific quarterback, at least right now. But when people say, well, Mon can work with Lamar Jackson, you know what that's like comparing him to Shedeur? Manuch, that's like comparing you in college to me in college. As a freshman, I took my intramural team as their quarterback to the championship at The Ohio State University, but that was as far as I can go, okay? So that's the comparison there. Shedeur is awful. I want you to think about this, too. 32 teams in the league, right? He's the 49th ranked quarterback, so there's 17 backups better than him. He had more interceptions than touchdowns, but yes, I'm going to hang my hat on him. I'm going to send him to the Pro Bowl. It's just bizarre. And that's one of the reasons, and I told you that before, that the NFL is way down on my list when I'm following sports.
All right, let me follow up then, because you have a all-time player in Myles Garrett. With everything that is surrounding the franchise, Munch, is Myles Garrett going to turn into Giannis Antetokounmpo and try to get out of Cleveland and try to force a trade?
Okay, brother, I'm going to hit your last question first. That's the most important.
Okay.
Radio Row is coming up next week. I look for Myles to be vocal and active, okay, especially if Schwartz is going to leave. But right now it looks like he has, and he might be doing it right now as we're talking. But, number one, he's going to be asking for a trade. Number two, I got to hit you with this. I personally like Myles. He's a decent dude. But you want to talk about a maybe player? I want you to just let this sink in, okay? And by the way, his record-breaking sack was lame. It was tantamount to fired on Strahan. You saw Joe Burrow start to go down before he was even hit. He didn't want to get hurt. But in the last game, went 5 minutes ago in the season. But here's the thing, and I want you to talk about impacts, okay? When they talk about the vaunted Jim Schwartz defense and Myles Garrett on the line, well, Tony Pollard ran wild against them. 3 small on a flanker screen, a play that I think should be made illegal in the NFL. He scored a long touchdown against them. Carson Wentz drove his team down the field in Minnesota for the game-winning kick against them. Now, it gets even better. In Myles' 5-sack game, and you guys know the game of football, I want you to tell me the impact it had. He had 5 sacks against the Pats, and guess what? His team lost by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What exactly is going on there? Yeah, I call him Mimi. Myles is a good player. He's a good player. Take those sacks and throw them in a bag and throw them to Lake Erie because he's not helping the defense.
Munch, what is the vibe of the Browns? You talk about Deshaun Watson. I agree. Myles Garrett, he's like if he's playing for the Guardians, as long as he's getting his home runs, he's got 40 home runs.
He's Juan Encarnacion.
Yeah,
he's hitting a home run in the bottom of the ninth when you're down 9-0.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. He's getting his, as we like to say. But the Browns fans, they're a lot of the Cardinal fans. And at least you guys went to the playoffs there for a couple of years. Is it just keep buying the tickets and watching this train wreck, or are they actually going to sit back? What is that vibe there in Cleveland right now?
Well, number one, you have to remember, a good amount of Browns fans, they're rabble. I don't want to get biblical. It's not even an Easter season. These are the people cut from the same cloth that freed Barabbas, okay? Yeah. They are cultists. If Jim Jones was based in Cleveland at the time from San Francisco and went to Guyana, and told these folks he had Browns and Orange Kool-Aid, they would have followed him,
Sure.
okay?
Yeah.
So no matter what they do, it's going to be okay. But again, when I saw some of the media who were usually on their hands and knees calling behind Haslam on a leash, coming out today saying, what the hell is going on here? I'm thinking, you know what, maybe the tide was turning. You talk about buying tickets. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Ticket sales have never been worse for the Cleveland Browns. But in the NFL, you don't have to have anyone in the stadium with the TV revenue.
Sure.
And number
Exactly.
two, because of the cultists, because of the people that hang on, radio advertising is booming. Because if I tell you to buy something, they're going to buy it. I know a high-powered businessman in town who has had 10 club season tickets now since the team came back. He says his tickets have gone up 67% in the last 3 years.
Wow.
And when they move to the new food nozzle of Haslam land, they're going to go up 200%. He sent them back a note with his request saying, "You're greedy bastards. Bye-bye."
Wow. All right, we'll let you go on this. LeBron is in Cleveland tonight. Is this the last time you believe that LeBron James will be seen in Cleveland in a Lakers jersey?
Yes, I believe that's the last time he'll be seen a Lakers jersey. I do believe he'll be seen again wearing the white and gold of the Cavaliers. You know, something to point out, when he came back the first time with Miami, oh, brother, it was amazing. It was a hate fest in a big, big way. He came back, got him the championship. There's going to be a lot of love tonight for him and my Slovenia brother, Luka Doncic.
Luke is having a sensational year. Absolutely sensational year.
And just real quick,
I want to hit you guys with this, too.
Yeah.
I would shoot you a note, but I'm coming in for spring training the first week in March. Perhaps I get you guys out for dinner on me and a couple shots of tequila, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, you said something violent before it got my attention. Dinner on you.
What?
Munch, we are there. Are you
Damn
kidding
right.
me? You got the expense report. We're all over that bad boy. And Sonic and Hardee's are completely out of the question. We got at least Applebee's or something.
No, dude. Come on. We got to do a little bit better than that. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sure that, you know, with the population there, I have two kids in Chicago, and they go to the Mexican-Spanish area a lot. Tucson is the part of town. You know, some of the best tacos and stuff you can get are from food carts on the street. But now we're going to go to a sit-down, man.
Okay. All right. Hey, if we're doing tequila, man, oh man, I want the salt and I want that lemon squeeze when I bite in.
Well, let's do it, baby.
You and me, Munch, we're going to be awesome, dude. Thank you.
You guys are the best. The Valley's lucky to have you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Munch. You
Munch.
have a great day. That's Munch Bishop. Look, we had to go to Cleveland just because of, we talked about it. Manuch and I talked about it yesterday. Hey, why don't we get Munch on? Because they're as screwed up as the Cardinals are, or maybe even worse. And then they hire Monton today.
Talk about timing. So I'm texting Munch last night. Hey, can you come on the show at 3:00? Blah, blah, blah. I want to talk about this testing for head coach. And sure enough, this morning we wake up and Todd Monken is the head coach. Jim Schwartz is moving on. He thought he'd be the head coach. Will not be the defensive coordinator. But, the texting going back and forth. My phone was burning up because they are hot in Cleveland and not so much the show, the hot in Cleveland. And so I think that they're a little fired up. But, again, that organization's a mess. Deshaun Watson in the which I could see.
Yeah.
I could see him in the fold.
I can.
For competing for that starting job.
I can too. I can too. And Cardinal fans think they got it bad. Whoa. Hey, we are always presented by Lerner and Rowe. It's Lerner and Rowe. Just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. All right. When we come back, we're going to do some college b-ball. UCF found a way to come back from a 12-point deficit, ended up beating ASU last night. Grand Canyon had a 3-point lead with seconds remaining. They were sent into overtime and lost. And U of A and ASU are going to get busy Saturday afternoon. Can't wait for that. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, also 98.7 HD-2, and the Arizona Sports app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at wrighttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out wrighttoyota.com.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2Gbar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet as it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
3-point lead, 5 seconds left. Ahead to Bryce Ford. Ford steps back, shoots the three, off the rim, no good. And that's your ball game. And UCF rallies from 12 points down in the final 6 minutes to win it 79-76. A gut-wrenching loss for the Arizona State Sun Devils, who played so well. All right, thank you to Arizona Sports for that closing call of the loss last night on the road in Orlando against Central Florida. Manuch, this was a game that was there for the taking, and they let the jaws of victory slip away, and the Sun Devils end up losing by 3.
Yeah, I had a chance last night coming home from training my guys and heard majority of the second half as I'm coming home, and you know, they're just saying they got the 12-point lead, but Kyle Dodd, the fine color analyst, said, look, this is a very good shooting, 3-point shooting UCF team. They hadn't quite got on track for their 3-point shooting. All of a sudden, like as if it was on cue, they started to hit their 3-point shooting.
Right.
And the Devils, again, another great night of 3-point shooting, 43%. Now, they were, 10 for 23, dang near 50% from the field. So their shooting has just been fine. They beat the Bearcats, same kind of numbers. In this game last night, they had the same kind of numbers. And you looked at the bench, only went with, 3 guys off the bench, rotation of 8. Things were looking pretty good. But all of a sudden, UCF gets a couple putbacks. They get some threes, as I mentioned earlier. And all of a sudden, they kind of keep chipping away. And then the last minute, they're still down by 4. They get back and they take the lead. They go back and forth. Next thing you know, they're on the free throw line. ASU coughs it away. They give it up. They get a foul. They hit the front end, that being UCF of a 101. And next thing you know, they're up by 3 points. ASU does a great job of getting the ball down the court into Ford's hands. And Ford, quite frankly, had a good look at that last 3. He's at the 3-point line, got it off. And then Ford on the day, he was 3 for 6 in 3-point range. I said, wow, this kid hits it. It's time. We're going to overtime. But I think to your point, Jimmy, yeah, this was theirs for the taking on the road.
On the road, yeah.
In UCF,
yeah,
it was very sluggish, with their shooting, but they hit the shots at the right time. They were only 32% from three-point line. They only hit 7 threes.
Yes.
But 3 of those 7 came in the last 3 minutes of that game.
I was just going to say they hit them when they had to. So at any rate, it is a loss for ASU, and they have a matchup with the number 1 Arizona Wildcats on Saturday.
I will say this. I think since the shots across the bow a week ago Saturday, that
you mean by Bobby Hurley?
Bobby Hurley,
yeah.
At the fans, at the team, whatever. They have played exceptionally well. They're hustling. They just at times the lack of size down low catches up with them. I just don't understand why Jock didn't get the ball more often.
I'm with you.
To help close the deal out.
Manucci only had 6 shots.
6 shots. Only had the 8 points, but I mean, it was when they got within 4, I'd have focused on points in the paint.
You got it.
But I think that
you've been listening to me.
Well, yeah, but I think Odom and I think some of these guys get enamored with their 3-point shooting. We get it. But at this point in the game, slow the game down, get your points down low, because all of a sudden you miss 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Versus you miss 3 threes. Hey, go get the 3 twos. You got 6 points versus 0. That might have won the game. And the other thing the Devils have got to do better at is their free throw shooting. You missed 6 last night. They continue to be very poor in their free throw shooting. You're only 70%. They're 75%. Even though they beat the Bearcats, they slowed down there. So if it comes down to crunch time, got to make the free throws. And you can't be so haphazard with the ball at the end of the game.
All right, let's go to Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city in America. Have you seen that when you see that sign when you drive in?
No.
Biggest little city in America.
No, that was a term.
Yeah, I'm just giving you some help.
You know that Manhattan, Kansas is the home of the Little Apple?
It's a Little Apple. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it makes me
the biggest Little Apple in the nation.
Grand Canyon at Nevada last night. And look, the Lopes were in this game. They were having control of the game late in the contest and had a 3-point lead. And then all of a sudden, you get the ball out of bounds after Grand Canyon had scored. Nevada races down court. You have a shooter pull up. He's got to shoot the 3, and he gets fouled. He tries to slap the ball away for a miss, and he ends up getting the whistle and the foul. 3 shots. The player goes to the line, makes all 3 shots. Time expires, and we go into overtime. In overtime, Manuch, it was all Nevada.
Yeah, that's just not smart. Let's just say it like it is, call it like it is. And those for Bryce Drew's teams, they play hard, they play smart, they take care of the ball, they get the shot. You just can't do that. You just cannot foul. Give him the shot. He's a 3-point ball.
Yeah.
I mean, just let him take the shot. He misses it, he misses it. If he'd have made that, it's a 4-point score. They win the game on 1 shot. So those are some of the things you have to clean up in the Mountain West. And for Nevada, to your point, they kind of hung around. You watch this Grand Canyon team. They had a very good game on the road.
They did, yeah.
And you look at this team and you kind of go, okay, their largest lead, I think, was like 10 points at one time. Yeah, it was 10 points. They couldn't hold the lead. But the other thing is interesting because Casey Jacobson doing the broadcast on FS1 was saying, look, where Nevada struggles, they don't have any big men down low.
That's correct.
And that's where GCU took advantage of them as far as points in the paint. And a couple of things, look at points in the paint. 30 points in the paint
there
by
you go.
GCU.
That's it.
Why wasn't there more emphasis at the end of the game to go down low? Now, it got frenetic the last 2 minutes of the game. But once again, just learning to close a game out. But that was just a dumb foul at the end of the game to allow them to get those 3 free throws at the end of the game.
There are only 2 undefeated teams now in all of college basketball. U of A, of course, and Miami of Ohio, Manuch's favorite team, the Redhawks. Wally Zerbiak played at Miami of Ohio, by the way. Nebraska lost at Michigan last night. Manuch, I turned that game on, watched it. It was a hell of a game.
Yeah,
really was.
That was a typical knockdown, drag out,
Big Ten
basketball game. And to see 13th ranked, 7th ranked. I mean, the way these guys were going back, third ranked and fifth ranked games. But you know what? That was NCAA basketball early on the second half of the schedule.
Okay.
And I think we're seeing more of that with these top ranked teams. They are treating these like it's NCAAs. And I love that because when you get to the NCAAs, you'll be battle tested, but you will have played some of these teams. And you're fortunate. You go, okay, what did we do good? What did we do bad? That Nebraska-Michigan game was a stellar of a game.
It was.
I mean, Michigan fought. All of a sudden, they come back and they win that game. And Nebraska, they got some dudes.
Fred Hoiberg, the coach, has got some players, and he has shooters. And that's, to me, that's the biggest thing. With the way the college basketball is set up now with the three-point line, you got to have some shooters, not scorers, but shooters. There's a difference.
I am content that the top 10 teams I look at right now, every one of them, I've seen most of them play. Have not seen Purdue, but I've watched Tech, Houston, haven't seen Illinois, watched Iowa State. All of them have shooters.
They do. Everyone.
So you got to know that the NIL money coming into those campuses to get these young men, they're sharpshooters, and they're not bashful.
No, they're not.
But, Jimmy, I will also say this.
Okay.
They do have the bigs.
Yes.
Down low. If you look at these top 10 teams, the bigs down low, even Miami of Ohio, you're going, who?
Yeah.
Where'd that kid come from?
Yeah.
And also the European influence. You talk about Luka, you talk about the Joker. I mean, the European influence has been profound.
Yes.
Look at U of A.
Yeah, I know. They got a lot of them. They got guys from everywhere on the
ASU.
planet.
I mean, I know. But these guys can all dribble. They can all shoot. They're all really good. And the big guys, they may not be very big. They're somewhat svelte. But they do a hell of a job around the rim. That's kind of the common denominator of these top 10 teams.
This portion of the program presented by Biggs in Peoria. Hey, look, when it's game day in the West Valley, Biggs is the place to go. Biggs American Bar and Grill, it's in Peoria. Wall-to-wall TVs, cold drinks, and the best atmosphere around. It's one of our favorite places to go in the Valley. It is Biggs All-American Grill. You can find them online, BiggsPeoria.com. Again, BiggsPeoria.com. When we come back, former Cardinal defensive lineman Michael Bankston is going to join us. We'll talk the Super Bowl matchup. We'll also discuss coaching and who is going to be the new coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We've got a 620 ESPN Sports Center update for you right now.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Colin Collins. The NFL coaching carousel continues to turn as the Cleveland Browns have hired Todd Monken as their new head coach, now leaving just the Las Vegas Raiders and your Arizona Cardinals as the final two teams still searching for the head coach vacancy. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns picked up a 106-102 win over the Brooklyn Nets last night, and their lead later rescinded a Dylan Brooks technical foul that was stemming from a scrum that he got caught in the middle of. However, he never quite got into the shoving match. Make plans now and tune in Monday through Wednesday next week during the WM Open as the guys broadcast live from DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. Big-time guests will stop by, including golf stars and one of the greatest Arizona Cardinals of all time. Someone we can't name just yet, but trust us, he's on the Mount Rushmore of Arizona sports, and we'll be there all week long from DraftKings. Michael Bankston joins the guys next.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Here's what's different about GCU.
It's one of the country's biggest universities with over 360 programs shaped by industry leaders. GCU's campus ranks among the top in the nation. Most of all, GCU cares about affordability. The average federal and private loan debt for GCU undergrads is lower than the average for private nonprofit four-year universities. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
He's a proud Sam Houston State alum who played 9 seasons in the NFL for the Bengals and Cardinals. Ranked number 62 on the Arizona Republic's top 100 all-time Cardinal players. A great follow on Twitter X at Big Bank 90. Michael Bankston now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Always cool when we get a chance to hang with Banks here in this segment. You can follow him on X, Big Bank 90. That's at Big Bank 90. Banks, thank you, pal, as always. So the coaching search is now down to 2, the Raiders or the Cardinals. In your estimation, and Banks, you played in the league a long time, which is the better job if you're a young offensive coach, the Raiders or the Cardinals?
Oh, wow.
The lesser of two Eagles.
I got to say, wow.
Okay.
Now, if you want to go with the weather, go to the Cardinals. But I will say this: if you get a veteran coach, but all the rookie coaches going to come here, unfortunately, even for the Browns, it's going to be a rookie coach, because it's going to be a tough job to fill at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think, Banks, that's the key there is the what do you have to work with? So Todd Monken, who took that job for the Browns, he's been a coordinator for years and years, and so he's a veteran coach. But as far as a head coach, it'll be his first gig, and look what he has to work with. For the Cardinals and Raiders, moving on, Raiders are probably going to have, they will have Fernando Mendoza as their quarterback. So that coach will know that. But if you're going to come here, you got to know you really don't have much of anything at that quarterback situation unless it gets cured sometime in the free agency or at the draft.
Well, when you think about that aspect of it, because one of the things that, and we know this, they want to keep Kyler Murray. And they don't want to pay all that money because it's like, what, $36 million?
Oh, it's more than that. More like 45.
Yeah.
45?
Yeah, he's making big bucks.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that part.
Yes.
I didn't see that part. So $45 million, and then what's going to go to the cap? Because you always got to go to the accounting aspect of it. So it's going to be tough. And then any coach that comes to this organization is going to have a mindset I won't say starting over because they've been in the league for so many long time, but they got to have that mindset of changing things and having the people in the right place. What that means, I have no clue.
Well, it looks as though Mike LaFleur, who was in yesterday for his second interview.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
he's in. Let me go through this hit list with you real quick, Banks. So LaFleur, he's had his second interview. He's good. Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator, they cannot sign him until after they're interested in him having his second interview, but they can't do anything until after the Super Bowl. And then now we find out Ron Rivera has been interviewed by this Arizona Cardinals organization.
Mm-hmm.
So Rivera, I like the Rivera experience situation. So if those are your three top categories and candidates for this team, it looks like that's kind of the best of the rest. But then the Raiders are leaning on the Clint Kubiaks of the world as well, too.
Well, I mean, when you look at an aspect of it, I always said, and I said it before time, you need a veteran head coach. They know how to negotiate, know how to articulate and get players in position and do what they need to do. Sure. Now, if you go to the rookie coach, he has no aspect of that. He has no understanding of that whole regime, even though he's been under some of the same head coaches, some of the same regimes, but at the end of the day, he has not been in that position. I still say they need a veteran head coach that can come in and make a difference for this team. We got to stop losing. At the end of the day, we got to stop losing by 1 point, 3 points. We got to make a difference.
Michael Bankston's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. I've come to the conclusion. Manuch tells me to just jump off a cliff all the time. But Banks, he does. But I have
a common theme around here.
It is, yeah.
What Manuch is a quarterback coach. So his mindset is always about quarterback.
Sure. It is.
He produced a lot of quarterbacks, and God bless you for that. But at the end of the day, we got to win. We got to have a franchise quarterback.
Yes.
We got to have a franchise quarterback. We got to have a person that's going to be in position. Not a person. We got a team that has to be in position to win ball games at the end of the day. It doesn't matter about all the other stuff. We have to have a team that's got to be in position to win ball games. That's what we're supposed to be about. We got 32 teams in the league. They have to find a way to win. The Cardinals got to find a person that's going to produce win. Now, with all that being said, it's a lot of things. We got so many people on IR. We got so many people in free agents. We got so many people in these different positions. At the end of the day, they got to find a way to, what I want to say,
close the deal.
Come together.
Close
the deal.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to say that because when you say close the deal, it's between the owner and the general manager to close deals. And you know that because who's going to write the checks at the end of the day?
Yeah.
So it's between them to close the deal. We need offensive alignment. We need defensive alignment. We need secondary people. We receivers. If we get the ball to them, they can make a difference.
Banks, let me follow up. Let me follow up, though, with what I was trending here, and that is the quarterback position. Manuch believes, and rightfully so, and I understand it, that and what you just stated, they got to have a franchise QB. There is no free agent out there who could be a franchise QB. So, do you just stay with Kyler Murray this coming season? And if things pan out reasonably well, then you try to move them? Because it's my contention that nobody's going to want him, A, because of the contract, and B, he's hurt a lot.
Jimmy B, you said a lot. You said a lot, I'll be honest, because nobody want to deal with that aspect of it. Just, you know what? Let's go with this one. Russell Wilson came from Denver to Pittsburgh Steelers. Who's want to take that contract? Who's want to go on there and make that difference? But I look at it like this here. What I heard is Michael Bidwell does not want to trade him or anything else because he don't want to eat that cost.
Sure. That's what
So
I thought.
Kyler Murray is going to be there. So he has to be that person that is going to make a difference, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
Thanks. That's why we love having you on the show.
It's like he's got
Well, I tell like it is.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole thing is he's caught Michael Bidwell's caught between a rock and a hard place with this contract. If you're going to trade him, you'd have to eat a majority of that contract to trade him. And then whatever assets you get back, I don't know, maybe a third or fourth rounder, if that. So yeah, they are in a cap purgatory. They're caught between a rock and a hard place. Whatever acronym you want to use, this team is where they're at. Whoever that head coach is, he's going to have to understand, oh my gosh, I've got this and I've got that. So if you take this job, buyer beware, right? Right? Just like a real estate deal. That right, Bank? Buyer beware what you're getting into.
Well, I mean, it is what it is because you can't change that aspect of what is guaranteed to the next player. And I'm not going down another player's money. I'm not going to ever down that part. But at the end of the day, it's going to fit for your team. It's going to make a difference for your team. It's going to have your opportunity to win moving forward. You got to make that decision. And that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. For the next head coach, it's going to be tough. If you're going to make that person, make them somewhat a franchise player, it is what it is. Now, at the end of the day, Mike Bidwell has the say-so. Now, if I was me, I'd keep it moving. Let's change things. Let's make some alternative moves, everything else, and let's see what we can do at the end of the day. You have some of these players in the playoffs. You got Seattle, and you have Patriots. You got Patriots with a young quarterback. You got Sam Darnold that's been doing his thing. The opportunity is out there to make a difference. But I'm going to give you Manuch because you have been the quarterback coach. You need that franchise quote.
Amen. Yep.
You need that franchise quarterback to make a difference. You need that guy to be there every time when you need him to be there. The whole season, not partial of the season, because think about it, Kyler hasn't been there. You need a guy that's going to be there the whole season at the end of the day. And they need to get a coach that can coach that aspect of it at the end of the day to get to the next level.
Thanks. Thank you.
We all tired of the same old.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, we're tired of the same old.
Amen.
We need somebody to get us to the next level.
Thank you, Banks. As always, pal, you brought it like every time we have you on the show. You have a great day,
sorry.
Banks. We'll see you, man.
And we'll get your Super Bowl pick next week.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, I'll be in San Fran.
Okay.
Oh, even better.
Well,
Okay, cool.
Well, the phone goes to San Fran. So we'll still call you. Right? The airwaves do go. Did they have these satellite things?
I'll be in San Fran.
Okay, pal.
You'll be in Santa Clara. You'll be doing the radio row and the whole 9 yards. You're kind of a big.
Yeah, they got me.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got me.
Hey,
Well,
somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, might as well be Banks.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. See ya.
Well, you know,
Yeah, go ahead.
well, let me say this. Both defenses are good for the Super Bowl. both defensive line are good for Super Bowl. We're going to see who's going to pan out, but I'm giving it to Seattle.
Okay. Well, sit tight with that. We'll get you next week.
Yep.
We'll track you and we'll get the winner and score. So will you just hang tight with that? Don't spoil it now. I like the little tease there, Banks. So
no, I gotta be real.
All right.
Know me.
Oh,
Gotta be real.
Yeah, don't be jumping off sides yet, okay? Just hang tight. You'll get that free technique going, and we'll get you next week.
And when I jumped off sides, they put me out the game.
As they should.
They should.
Yeah.
Put your butt
They
down.
pulled me out the game.
Yeah.
They pulled me out the game, though.
Oh, man. Thank you, Banks. We'll talk to you next week, man.
All right.
See ya. There you go. Michael Bankston, great as always. Speaking of the big game, how about the big event that's coming to the Valley next week? You know what I'm talking about. It's the WM Open. Yeah, we're going to be at TPC in DraftKings on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Big-time guests are going to be coming by. So on your way to go watch some golf, stop in and say hello to us. We'll be right there in DraftKings at the TPC. Again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 1 to 4, special guests. The Mount Rushmore of Arizona sports is going to drop by. That's a tease, by the way. It's going to be DraftKings, TPC in Scottsdale. All right, when we come back, Lunar and Rowe, one call, what's on tap, and we'll also update you with our State 48 Roofing. It's your call. Question of the day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Swing into Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf to get custom fit for the new Cobra Optim driver. The new Cobra Optim is the first drive to optimize POI and MOI. With a reshaped head and optimized center of gravity, experience straighter drives and more robust distance. Check out the new Cobra Optim drivers today. Book your custom fitting in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Phoenix, it's the biggest week in golf, and we're right in the middle of it. Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B live from DraftKings Sportsbook at TPC Scottsdale for the WM Open. Monday through Wednesday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Special guests, giveaways, wall-to-wall WM Open energy, and the best atmosphere in golf before the madness even starts. Grab a seat, grab a drink, and be part of the action. Or listen live on ESPN 620. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live at DraftKings TPC Scottsdale. WM Open Week. Don't miss it.
Back in 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. 33 million trucks later, Ford has kept that title every year since. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years and counting. Paul Calvise here. Take the 2025 Ford F-150 truck. Available features like Pro Power on board and interior work surface. Every detail matters, from powerful engines to smart technology. And right now in a 2025 Ford F-150 XLT, get 3.9% APR financing for 72 months plus $2,000 cash back. 3.9% APR financing for 72 months plus $2,000 cash back on a 2025 Ford F-150 XLT. Or looking for something smaller in size? How about the Ford Bronco Sport or the Ford Maverick truck? Affordability never looks so good. But hurry, it all ends January 31st at our Desert Ford dealers. Just click buyfordnow.com.
Before you fly, take a trip to your local MVD office or authorized third-party provider with your required documents and get the new AZ Travel ID with the Gold Star for your new driver's license or ID. Starting May 2025, this new AZ Travel ID gets you through TSA security checkpoints. It's quick and easy. Think of it as your license to fly. Learn how to get your new ID at aztravelid.com. Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
They should be embarrassed. There's no reason not to put Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame. You're going to tell me Spygate and Deflategate. This is a voting body that has for years insisted that it only focuses on what happened on the field. Are you going to hold Tom Brady out over Spygate and Deflategate too?
That is Dan Graciano from ESPN. Frankly, I don't blame you. Those writers, you wouldn't give me an interview 20 years ago, so I'm not going to vote for you. Just shut the hell up. You guys suck. How do you feel, Manuch? How do you feel? How do you feel about Belichick not getting in?
I'll get to that when you go ahead and finish the promo.
I'm not going to do the promo until you answer my question.
I will, because my answer is going to be very long. I'll try to get to the end of the show. Yes.
Oh, my gosh. I thought you were going to do it in 10 seconds. No. Always presented by Lerner and Rowe. Lerner and Rowe. Best personal injury law firm year after year. Interact need a check. Just make one call. It's Lerner and Rowe, 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. All right, what's on tap? Tomorrow night, it is the Pistons in town. They will play the Suns. You can listen on Arizona Sports, also TV, Channel 3. On Friday, the Cavs and the Suns, same combination of Arizona Sports and Channel 3. Also, at 7 o'clock on Friday, Boise State matched up against Grand Canyon. Mountain West matchup, Fox Sports 1. Once again, that's at 7. All right, Manuch, here we go then. We did our Lerner and Rowe 1 call. Now, let's get to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day, and I will tell you this. I did enjoy this question.
Yeah, all you have to do is just call State 48 Roofing today for a free roof inspection before leaks hit. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, Arizona's #1 referred roofer. All you have to do is just visit state48roofing.com. That's state48roofing.com, or give them a call, 480-268-4509, 480-268-4509. So now I'll kind of dive into this topic. Why didn't Bill Belichick make the first ballot Hall of Fame?
Okay.
All you have to do is just go to @Roc and Manuch on X or Instagram. Well, number one, his alleged cheating scandals, as you heard, either Spygate or Deflategate. Number two, you alluded to this, his arrogance with the press or whomever. Number three, Tom Brady won his Super Bowls. Or number four, this might be it, his girlfriend's age. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter or X, or at Instagram @Roc and Manuch. I basically went to the only thing I could think of, Jimmy B, I think you've alluded to this more than anything, was the arrogance he had with whomever, whatever, which is just is nuts. Which way did you vote on this one?
I went girlfriend's age.
You would go. All right, Con, let's get your guys.
They're all
take.
jealous.
You and Laz' take before we get the tally here.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I am on the side of the cheating scandals.
Yeah.
Is probably what most people are leaning towards. Other than that, and that even is still a stretch. I can't imagine not naming him as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Laz, which way did you end up?
Yeah, I agree. I think it has to be with the cheating scandals. Otherwise, he's very clearly a first ballot Hall of Famer. So that has to be the only reason.
This is one of the
It's
biggest
a joke.
It's one of the biggest black guys. I think there've been a lot of black guys for the National Football League.
Yeah.
Those that voted on this, and we'll catch up with Howard Balzer tomorrow, who actually votes for the Hall of Fame. We're going to catch up with him at 3:30 for all you Pats fans to see if he can at least can talk about it. He can't tell us who he voted for.
That's correct.
But maybe he can give us some insight or pull the curtain back at why he didn't get voted in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. This is beyond reproach. I've never seen anything like this. We've seen a lot of scandals, pardon the pun, that might have affected players or coaches over the years, or steroid use, or whatever it is.
Steroids are different.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's the same effect. Writers have their feeling, whether they did it or not, that the alleged they did this, alleged cheating, the arrogance is right up front and center. Tom Brady's up front and center. The girlfriend's up front and center. Those are tangibles.
Yeah.
The intangibles they don't have, but they could vote on is the alleged cheating scandal, is the Spygate, is the Deflategate. By the way,
the hot girlfriend.
Well, she's a whole nother
They're
story.
all jealous.
Here's the thing. Now, that could be.
Yeah.
You know, he's 92 and she's 21.
Something like that.
But here's the thing. The one thing with the Deflategate.
Yeah.
Where are those two equipment managers?
Good point.
Are they like in North Dakota under the Patriots Protection Program? They've got the goods. They've got the pictures.
They do.
And the Spygate, I think, was blatantly they busted them on the Spygate. That was pretty much it.
Coaches have come out saying, everybody has done things.
There's
like
guys we've seen that they're filming the signals on the sidelines.
Yes, yeah.
Hell, the Raiders were notorious for filming the signals on the sidelines. A lot of teams are. And if that's the thing, the cheating scandal, alleged cheating scandal, then I say that's, they still had to perform on the field. Okay.
That's correct.
You still got to perform. But this one it's interesting that you're beyond reproach when you see that he is not going to be going to the Hall of Fame. Also, for all of you Giants fans, Eli Manning did not get into the Hall of Fame as well. Too.
Neither did Darren Woodson, and I'm still
That's
sick
amazing.
Of it.
Yeah, I thought he'd get here.
I can't believe it. Hey, tomorrow, guys, we'll be at the Twin Peaks on Camelback. Catch up with the sports professor Rick Horo. We'll catch up with Ryan Hansen. All right, U of A color analyst. Talk about those Cats at 21-0. We'll have our Twin Peaks picks, and then we'll catch up with Howard Balzer. Then also hope to catch up the next couple of days with Kurt Warner and get his thoughts about the Super Bowl. And also, one Bill Belichick not going in as a first ballot Hall of Fame.
That's a lot of alsos that you put in here as we close out the show.
A lot of candies and nuts, or if and ands and candies and nuts and mama and this and that. Wow.
I'm lost. I'm totally lost. Les and Connor, thank you guys for everything you do, especially putting up with us. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, always on the Arizona Sports app.